Okay. So, uh, we will get right back into where we were right at the end of Alvis Taver's turn last time. Um,
Or was it the beginning or the end?
so, well, you did about half of your turn. Um, so you decided to go to Alsaines, the ruins of Alsaines, where you believed them to be, and you did find them, by following the giant dead tree at the center of the dry lake, in the middle of the desert. Uh, you found a well, really, you found the shell of a city, um, empty, uh, likely scoured. Um, Here and there, signs of destruction beyond just erosion, and bone dry, um, down to the lake bed. Um, Quick correction I need to make before, just so you all have the reference. Um, I accidentally made your skiff go too fast. Last time I miscounted the hexes, so it goes 8 hexes a day. I was giving you 12. Um, Nothing really changed. I redid the math based on what you guys did. Basically, you took 3.5 days to get here instead of 2.5. No problem. I just wanted to let you know for later and for future context. Just because I did
Totally.
have to repair that. I realized it like halfway through the battle last time. So while you explored the um the ruins and made your way to the lakeside, um you were accosted by Prince or Dragon Prince Vashta, a bronze man with a sharp beard, who decided to make you dance around some wall of fire and various other things. Um, Affinity for magic, maybe. Um, you were holding your own pretty well against him, and when Alvis Taver burst forth from the smokescreen that he created, uh, he managed to break Vashta's concentration, and the wall of fire disappeared. Now, at the same time that he did that, um, the world around you changed to that of a blooming lakeside city, um, with a at the center of which rises a green and glorious sun glittering tree that is vibrant and full of life.
Whoa.
Um, Now, Albus, you said that you had um a bonus action, but um I I'm gonna ask you if you are sure that you want to use that now, or if you want anything else to happen.
What do you mean anything else to happen?
Well, if you want to wait and see what happens, basically, or do you want to uh ignore the fact that the world has just changed around you and continue your vicious attack? Also, I can't fucking see the turn order. Thank you, roll 20.
Oh, there it goes. I couldn't see it either.
That was weird.
Um, yeah, that's a bad. This is a big decision because if I do, I can't reserve any kind of action to attack again because I was going to use a thing that gives me another action.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's legit. Do you want to use your action surge to ready an action?
I can do that,
It gives you a full action, so I think you can use it to do anything you can do with a normal action.
and a possible bonus action.
Does it give you a possible bonus action back?
One action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action.
That's on top of. So you just get the one action back.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a full extra turn.
yeah, okay. If I can actually do that, I will use my action surge, but instead of viciously attacking, uh, I'm gonna pull back just enough into the fog to stay hidden, and my reaction will be uh if he tries to fly away, I'm gonna hit him with grappling strike.
Okay, got it. Yeah, cool. Um uh well, so when you kind of backstep back into the smoke, um um Vash, the prince, he looks at, um his eyes whirl around, between you three, you five, and the buildings and trees and people that have just appeared.
Should I roll a stealth or something for me and my
Do
backstep?
uh, what did you say?
Should I roll a stealth or something?
Um, no, you'd have to use an action to hide if you wanted to actually hide.
Okay,
Yeah. You can be obscured, but you're not hidden,
I
which
know
is
this.
a cool game mechanic.
Yep.
Uh, the but the dragon prince, he says, um, "Oh, what is this trick? I didn't know you had something like this up your sleeves."
Uh, I laugh. As I sheath my sword and I say, this isn't us. I mean, it is us. It happens. This is the past, kind of.
Before he can reply, as you're saying that, there is a kerfuffle from the people on the street as they notice what you imagine from their perspective is a the look of fire and smoke that has suddenly kind of popped up in their street, and also several people with weapons out in fortunately you are, aside from a few civilians, you're behind the smoke screen, but there are like big black plumes of smoke. um so several um several shouts and cries go up around you right after you make that statement, and the prince seems to register those just as they occur, that there are in fact other people here now.
Uh, yeah, I'll turn to the crowd, uh, and like with my best, uh, courtly voice, be like, easy, easy. I apologize for disturbing your day. Teleport mishap. I am so sorry.
um can you roll persuasion?
Yeah.
You can have advantage.
Oh, let me roll again.
Yeah, I think you need it.
What?
You need it. There you go.
Um, yeah, the the prince from behind you as you're like wheeling around on your horse, he goes, yes, yes, indeed. You know how those teleporters are. My mistake, my fine people. He folds his scimitar like toward his belt where it simply he doesn't have a sheath that just disappears. Um and He sets down on the ground instead of floating as well. Um what do the rest of you want to do?
I guess I use my ready to action instead to mount Keen and get out of the smoke.
Yeah, sure. You don't have to like we don't have to be super in turn order for this part unless you're gonna start another fight.
Nah.
Well,
Who's the person next to me?
Hey, where's the rest of our gang?
That is just some dude, some human fellow who apparently might have lived in the city. He has noticed this horse and dwarf appear like he was walking the other way and he has turned and now you are there. And Naya, you see this human mother and child who are now kind of startled by this cloud of black smoke that's in front of them. If you perhaps wanted to do anything to assure them that this building is not on fire,
Yeah,
maybe.
if they trip and fall, I'll help pick them up.
um,
Otherwise, I just kind of stand back, give them room, and smile friendly.
as
It's hard for a dragonborn to look friendly, so it is.
well, there's smiling, or no, that might look pretty vicious. I get
That's
Right.
right.
Little
Okay.
toothy, right?
So it's a little toothy for a
maybe
smile.
maybe like a little bit of an open mouth sort of thing in a wave, like hey.
Hello, hello. Here, let me help you up. Yep.
I would have probably, as soon as I saw things shift over, and
Yeah.
as words were being exchanged, like I pretty much immediately realized this ain't time to fight. He's just gonna, especially since you already said this is the past. I was about to say, oh yeah, you haven't seen anything yet. Like, you should probably not stick around unless you want to see where the solution goes or something. But no, since you already told him this is the past, I figure he's just gonna settle down and see what the hell this is. So I would
Well, it
just,
could also make it really interesting if he becomes an ally in our event, whatever event this is.
I would have gone to whatever the thing causing the smoke over here, the device.
Yeah, it's just like a bundle of smoky burning sticks and cloth and stuff.
Yeah, I would have just blasted it
Grease.
with water, salty cold water until it stopped being a smoking bundle.
Yeah, you psh, and you get a big steam cloud and eventually just a puddle.
Yeah.
People are people seem relatively okay with the teleporter mishap suggestion. I should have made you roll deception, but that's okay.
That's
I
a
guess
good
you
one,
got I guess you were
Lauren.
teleported in a certain sense. Um
I was gonna say it's technically true.
It is
well,
technically true.
are you maybe Montlarin thinks it's technically true. Um
And the truly formidable comment, is that for the benefit of everyone who sees, or is that an aside?
No, that's all Sato voice to
Thank you.
to Vashta.
Okay. Thank you. I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's my hey, get with the program, dude.
he says well, it was a good warm up. but I hmm.
Cactus fruit.
We'll have to, or I'll have to reconsider whether I'd like to disturb these fine people's lives. Uh, he, Alvis, he does not seem interested in the cactus fruit. Um, he does, well,
I'm gonna lay on hands on myself while we're talking.
Good
cool.
plan.
Oh
Any-
yeah.
Does anybody else need to heal? And can I toss that out while we don't necessarily need the turn order in this moment?
Right.
Well,
Are we going to be fighting again anytime soon? Because I could use
well,
a.
Yeah, okay.
you do know that people in a city might be a bit weirded out. There's already a bit of a crowd around. Um, even though it's mostly just Nimbus at this point, putting these things out. But
Who are these other tokens, Serb? Are these just bystanders or are
they are,
they
yeah,
people
Yeah.
that we know?
these are
They're just
people. This guy has kind of gotten out of the way, but
Okay. Do we need to pacify these people
I
or
don't know why that
relate
would
to
be
these
the
people
case.
or
you're receiving some gawkers as Montlaran has
okay, who
suggested
has the
this is
most charm?
a teleportation mishap, and
That's me.
there's some
Right.
whispers, and people are seeing Nimbus put out um
So
the
this
smoke.
is this an ambergreen moment? Who has the most charm?
Uh.
Well, yeah, Montlaran's pretty good, but
Yeah. I was going to say.
Yeah,
I'm not.
what's your charisma?
Sorry, charisma is what I meant.
My charisma's only 12.
Okay,
Yeah, mine is
Montlaran.
16.
Okay, so it's Montlaran's moment to go ahead and take it wherever you wish in order to pacify the crowd and get them to move on.
yeah. Just to be clear, they're pretty calm, but there's a lot of like
I'm sure they're curious, and
whispering
that's
and yeah,
fine.
curiosities and gawking.
And I would like to be able to cast a healing, what's it called? Healing
Yeah,
spirit.
Naya, you know that if like spell casting in the middle of a city is often
Right, that's not going to
a
work
little
as
disturbing,
long as they're
potentially.
standing around. So we
Yeah.
need to get them to move along so I can cast a healing spirit so everybody can get healed, including me.
Right.
Okay? So it's Lauren, this is your moment. You take it and run.
Yeah, well, as soon as I'm done dusting myself off and healing myself back up, I'll turn to the crowd and say, "Good people, please pray, tell me, this is Alsaines, right?"
Um, one of the women speaks up and she says, "Yes, you you had a teleport mishap."
Oh, thank God, we're not that far off course then. Yes, yes. Man, that could have been deadly. Whew. I'm gonna take a moment to sort of theatrically look around and go, I don't know if it's just the brush with death, but you have a truly beautiful city, people. I'm so glad that we made the journey, however perilous.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't land in the lake.
Right?
I pat my horse as they say that and say, "Indeed, indeed."
Um, the many of the people seem placated by this conversation, um, and then they sort of break off mostly back into the groups that they were in and um, continue on their way.
Cool. As they are, I will call to the closest,
Yeah.
and say, "Excuse me. I don't actually know where we are in the city. Could you perhaps point us to a good inn?"
Um, he says, well, the best in town is probably over in the on the east side over the bridge past the museum.
Ah, the museum. That's actually what we came to see. Thank you so much, sir.
Sure, yeah. No, no problem. He gets out of your way quickly.
Great. And then sort of like pseudo too loud, I will say, east then, comrades, and point off in the general direction.
I've been looking around, spying the entire time.
You've been looking around what?
Looking around the area, spying, the interesting people and places.
Yeah, you it is a dense and fairly green city. You're actually standing just south of sort of a long winding wooden railing carved um that about 3 feet up over the edge of the lake here. In certain parts, you can see that east and west there are parts of the lake where there's small beaches, shorelines, and occasionally parks around those. Um, Again, the tree at the center is its roots are now fully submerged, and the leaves glitter in the noonday sun. Um, and like I described last time, the city of Alsaines itself is sort of shaped like a droplet hanging off the south edge of the relatively circular lake um, itself. So you are at the northernmost point of that southern um, widest part of the city. And if that gentleman's suggestion was correct, east over some river, perhaps the one Montlarin found on his investigation last week, um, should be um, should be an inn.
Yeah, once everybody is dispersed, uh, to the group, including Vashta, I will say, uh, I don't know where we're gonna find uh our friends, but that's our goal, right?
Most
Unless
certainly.
we're
There should be the three of them remaining at this point now, right?
Didn't one of them split off?
die.
Well, yeah, we
They were
had.
having an argument, weren't they? About their future course.
Oh, I'm sure they all came together and traveled together anyway.
I hope so, honestly. But we are at least looking for two, if not three of them. I agree.
Pashta is stroking his beard with two claws. He says, "Wow, you folks are barely phased. You weren't
Nah.
joking."
Say that again, sir.
He says, "You folks were barely phased. You weren't joking."
Nah.
Yeah, this
Yes.
actually happens to us a lot.
And you're fortunate to have witnessed it at all.
It's time for a history lesson. Yeah.
You might be right about that one, Silver. Well, if we are going to be going to an inn, uh,
Well,
give me
let's go find it, at
just
least.
a moment here. He casts alter self when there's nobody around to really hear him do it, and he turns himself. He uh gets rid of the dragon claws and dragon talons, and the tail um disappears for a little while.
Okay, well, that
Nice.
works.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Prince, you are certainly welcome to join us, and I'm gonna start heading towards said museum and inn area.
Yeah, I will chuckle, I suppose, and follow.
Yeah, go figure on this one. I'd like to get us to a point where we have a little privacy so I can cast the healing spirit and get everybody healed up.
Yeah, if you want to do that now, Naya, you think you might be able to sneak out a quick spell that not too many people would notice while
Okay.
they're
Well, the healing spirit means everybody's got
dispersing.
to walk into it.
Yeah, healing word might be better if somebody has that.
I have mass healing word, which would be low key if we could get all of us
I've
some.
got healing word, but healing spirit will heal everybody a bit.
Yeah, you said you had mass healing word, Ambergreen?
Ambergreen has a better spell,
I
yeah.
absolutely do. It's level 3, so I can only do it a few times.
Yeah, up to you guys.
Well, if you want to cast it, then go for it. And I'll save mine for later.
Yeah, everybody say.
Hold on, let me check my inventory. I may still actually have a health potion.
Well, I need one too.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
needs.
also
You
need
guys are a
heal.
little
Ambergreen needs a heal. I need a
little
heal.
lead up.
Nimbus needs a heal.
Right. Okay. Well, I do have a potion of healing if one of you needs it.
Oh my god.
6 points is not nothing.
6 points is not
Not
nothing.
words of restoration, up to 6 creatures, 1d4 plus spellcasting. Yeah, that was a fat one. You cast it as a 3. Okay.
All right. Well,
So
I'll
everybody
take it.
gets 6. Question: did you include Vashta in your characters you can see?
Sure.
You did. All right. So he gets 6
That was
HP
nice
back
of
as
you.
well.
That is if yeah, I'm pretty sure that he would be the 6th, right?
Well, let's see. Mont, Nimbus,
The horse.
Ambergreen, Naya,
Horse, of course.
and...
No, I actually I healed the horse myself when I was patting.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's plenty to go around, Ambergreen.
Yeah, if he's the 6th, I'll let him have it.
And just for
I
reference,
will absolutely raise my eyebrow at him as like make eye contact as I include him in the spell.
yeah, he there's an eyebrow raised back, but he kind of pats himself and brushes himself off a little bit, straightens the jacket. Alvis,
I'm really looking forward to hopefully having a conversation with this guy. And I'm just saying that OOC.
Alvis, keeping an eye on him, you notice that he's spending a lot of time looking toward that living tree, um, but also just your team is like barely on his radar. It feels, because he is looking around the city, and you can almost see him cataloging, um, or maybe even muttering under his breath, like, "Oh, so that's what that looked like,"
Right.
or "Oh yeah, I remember that building."
Yep.
Is this obvious to any of us? Like, would I need to make an
Um,
insight check to see
I
it?
th- I think if you've got a passive insight of 15 plus, then you'd probably notice the same. Um, Otherwise, if you want to make a check, you
How do
can.
we know if we have passive insight of 15
It's
plus?
just 10 plus your score. It works for pretty much any skill. It's just not usually on the sheet because
All right.
perception is usually the most important.
Damn, when I'm not trying so hard, my passive insight is 16.
Oh yeah. So technically then, Alvis, that would mean you did get a 16. If passive applies, then passive overrides it.
Right. I mean, that's kind of the point, right? It's automatic, basically.
I probably, after putting the fires out, would have been keeping an eye on him too.
I'm guessing we're all keeping an eye on him. I mean, he was an
Mhm.
enemy a minute ago, you know?
He was, yeah, for a nice, 18 seconds. He was
Yeah.
a sworn enemy.
Yeah, it was a hardcore 18 seconds though.
It was.
It's hard to believe that was only 18 seconds, I tell you.
But he is, yeah, he's just kind of taking it in.
Which is completely reasonable for an intelligent being. So I'm attributing some intelligence to this so-called enemy, and I'm really hopeful that we'll have a chance to sit down and have a chat.
I mean, he did fight us, sure, but he's been civil this whole time,
Yeah,
honestly.
civility
What I was thinking is that
is worth something.
Honorable
he
indeed.
believes he has a beef, but he still was being civil, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And we did beat up his
civility
younger siblings.
isn't
We
everything,
did.
but it is something, especially when you consider how uncivil his siblings were.
Right. Which, to be fair, is the only reason we fought them in the first place.
Right. Okay, well, let's move on. We thank you for the heal, Ambergreen.
Absolutely.
Vashta, is this the first time that you or any of your family have had any unusual experiences with time in Vess?
As you turn to him to say that, you actually catch him saying to himself or to just whoever is nearby, like, oh, Dan Meyer is going to be furious with me when I tell him about this. He's going to be so jealous. Well, I haven't seen anything like this before. If my siblings are keeping some big secret from me, I couldn't tell you.
They're probably not.
I was curious if it was a property of the what we call the Redshift, or if it was something else. I appreciate your honesty.
Hmm. Are you are you making your march already as you're having this
Yeah,
conversation? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Candidly, I think staying in the place that we apparated is a really bad idea.
True. Um he he says, "Well, I wouldn't have any reason to lie to you. Um Not that you should think I'm going to tell you everything either." Um Oh, is that boy drawing a map? That's very clever. Not a bad idea.
It's a hobby of his. I'm sure he'd be willing to sell you a copy depending on our disposition when we're through here.
Do you want a map of a interdimensional bubble?
Uh I spend a lot of time in one spot. I don't know if I need something like that. But I'll give you a tip. This place has barely changed. Um it looks like Oh, it looks like everybody that was here must have just up and abandoned it one day.
I wish.
That
No, the Redshift wiped them all out.
he says that wouldn't or that stone fence right there. I remember there's a that piece that's fallen off on the ground right now. It's just like that. Uh well, every day when I walk past it myself, nobody ever cleaned that up.
Hmm.
It's just like a decorative sphere. It's just kind of toppled and cracked on the ground.
Right. Well, we've had a theory that the first waning uh, was slow enough that perhaps it drove people away from the places that we've seen. That they were able to escape it in some part. However,
Hmm.
I I agree with my friend Nimbus here. I don't know that I believe that's what happened here.
No, it from our accounts from Orvis, not when we visited, but the incident with Salmas, we kind of learned that it was very sudden, that there were those cultists just taken completely by surprise.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. Uh, what do you know about that tree? It's certainly not as verdant in our time.
Oh, it's been
Yeah.
dead the whole time I've lived here, and that's a long time. Um,
Really, you don't look a day over 30.
oh well, I try, you know. Uh, a little bit of magic goes a long way. A
Oh
little
yeah,
bit of
absolutely.
dragon.
It's great for the genes.
Um, I must have died when this place became a desert.
What do you suppose happened to the water?
Well, usually when it gets too hot, water evaporates if it doesn't have a source.
Ah, so you think it was slow?
Well, till you all broke down that wall, it was pretty dry around these parts, kind of how I like it. Lately, it's been getting stormy and muddy and a little humid.
Mm. It was probably the appearance of the wall that did it.
Right. Apologies for the weather, by the way. It will stabilize, I've been told.
What how'd the wall get there? Do you know about that?
Oh, that's been there since Dad moved in.
Huh. I wonder if the Redshift itself created that then. We kind of thought about that as a possibility. Well, that would make a little bit of sense then. So we actually
Nasharella said she'd break her way through it, but she totally failed. So we used it to split up the turf.
yeah, no,
Works.
we quite literally had to get a distorted unicorn horn from some poor unicorn that was all twisted up and bolted into the ground. It graciously allowed us to use its horn, and we were able to make a device that was able to do what we needed to destroy it. It was not responding to anything else. It seemed as if it were mundane but indestructible glass. We tried many things. Many things.
Actually,
Nasharala did not have a chance. Poor girl did not
That
even have a concept of what would have been necessary.
that is a piece of information you see him absorb and not give you anything in return for.
yeah,
Right.
I'm curious. He said that it was the way he liked it before we destroyed that. Did his father build that, like maybe to rear the kids behind?
Well, he just said that was there since Dad arrived.
Right. So did your dad build it?
Um, he says he says well no, if he did, he's been lying to me for quite some time, and my dad might be a liar, but not for no reason.
Curious.
Interesting. Yeah, that still makes it seem like it was something the Redshift itself exerted upon the land as if it wanted the area to become a desert, to become dry, to become more inhospitable, to help the ends of whatever the hell the Tower of Vest may have become, which I'm now a little bit more worried might be a conscious being.
Right.
He says, well, it was nice while it lasted anyway.
Say what?
He said, well, it was nice while it lasted anyway.
I hear Kotera
I-
is pretty good desert these days, isn't it? Isn't that the place?
Oh, that's true. I have been there once or twice.
Yeah, so if plans don't go the way that you want here, there's always places to go.
Before
I have a
long,
guild that might be interested, you know.
he says,
You want my card?
he says, well, I do have a um family of my own to attend to. I might be a little preoccupied to dilly dally on.
I see.
Of
Now, when
this.
you mean a family, do you mean like the serpents and fomors that Nasharala and Zoramos control, or do you mean like the spawn of your loins sort of family?
Oh, those kids, well, they're kind of like adopted little siblings. I like to think of them like that now and then. The ones that I like anyway. Um, but they're not dragons
Right.
like the rest of us. They just work for us, with us. They help us out.
Who were the ones that you normally command, just out of curiosity?
Oh, that's a very good question. Maybe I'll have to introduce you later.
Uh, to be fair, I say this sort of smiling impishly. To be fair, your siblings kind of already ratted you out. We know that, for example, you're a master of magma elementals and things of that sort.
Oh, well. they they do like to talk a lot, don't they?
To be fair, they said it with pride.
Well, at least there's that. Um, around this time, you arrive down the main street of what could only be the Alsaines Museum, where you notice there is a bit of a happening uh happening in the square. Um, the the people um on the street, not the three in front of you, but everybody else that you can see are looking up, and again, there's sort of a gawking crowd as you can see well, there is a sharply dressed man in the middle of the street in front of this fountain. There is and he's flanked by a massive blue dragon born with a chipped horn and a uh, gnome who already has her excuse me, her crossbow in her hands. Um, and on the roof of the museum, as you follow the crowd's gaze, there is another sharply dressed man, um, flanked by two rogues. Um,
Oh, oh, oh.
yes, Albus Tavern.
No, this is Alvis Tower going, oh, guys, guys, and trying to like race up to them.
Okay. You then are the first to hear um well, you're the first to get a look. Actually, if you could make a perception check for me. Oh, that's bad.
Very bad.
The man on the roof is holding a like a white cube. Um and you hear him shout, um, "Your theory was right, Adrian!" And he the cube glows a little bit, and from the man's gullet erupt uh gray streams of ragged ribbons. um he exhumes these, and they coalesce down on the ground in the square. um and hey, if you want to roll initiative right now, that would be delightful. Oh no.
That's bad.
Yikes.
Oh, come on.
Alrighty then.
Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. I gotta get the NPC pages up.
There we go. I just needed to make sure that I had a Keen selected separate from Alphys because you can RTS style drag and click on two different tokens and move them as one.
Is that what was causing
Really?
the problem last time?
Yeah, it was what was causing the problem last time is that yeah, I had clicked on Keen, but I had not triple clicked on Keen in order to get her out of the hierarchy that I created of the two guys in the same.
I had no idea you could do that.
I need a Bideth token.
Oh yeah, no problem. Sorry, I lost them. Let me just. Oh, they fucking changed where the armor, or what the armor stat is called on the tokens.
Awesome.
Instead of AC, it is now AC from armor. So I have to go into these tokens and reobtain it for these three characters. And let me make sure yours is all correct. Okay, but you still have a capital AC though. So all right, that's cool and good. Please have the owl. There you go. He's right next to you.
Bird. Do your thing.
Um,
Caw.
okay.
18? That's pretty good. All right.
And we've got these Badlands. click on something? Oops, no. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we are gonna have one commoner initiative, because there are people.
The initiative of the mob.
Yeah.
Run, you fools!
Okay. That is everybody. This is a big stack of initiative right here. Trying to put it on this side here. There we go. So, this battle might take a minute, but Nimbus, you're
Well,
up first. You have just watched this man exhale three uh, human-shaped swirling uh, tornadoes of smoke stuff that are kind of just barely shaped like a man.
right. We did a play about this. I now wonder if the book we were reading from is just taking samples of history and making them into plays on the fly. Whatever. Anyway, I think I know what to do here. Let's
Was sent to GM. I don't know why.
Let's upcast
You were sent to
Ice Dragon's Breath.
Nice damage.
Okay.
Um,
Well, he's gonna re-roll the damage when he actually does the
yeah, unfortunately I don't get to use that one.
re-roll it every time. Right?
And so I'm gonna mark off a level 3 spell.
Okay.
And that allows me to still use a cantrip, as that is only a bonus action. Bonus action. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, friends. And
the gnome that you've met 4 times before, she looks at you like she heard you cast a spell. You run up to her and she says, "Oh, please tell me you're here to help."
absolutely. And so I'm gonna do that wonky little frostbite at the this one right here.
All right, the one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it will make a con save. It succeeds.
Okay, so remember that one is actually going to be a 2 because of my things.
Okay.
And so
it does. There's no damage on a success, right? Oh, and it's
no, it is. It does half damage right now because I am that kind of wizard.
Okay.
So it will take 4 damage unless it's got. It'll take 4 damage or it's immune. That's the choices right now.
Right. So, yeah. You managed to managed to weave your spell around the um defenses, for lack of a better term, and um try to grip it with cold, and you can tell that it has no effect. So this creature is immune to your cold damage.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. These out front 3 are immune to cold.
Okay, and that was a full turn.
Yep, there's not much. I guess I could draw a dagger or something. Not really, no.
All right. So the creature is going to yeah, it's going to move up by 1, and then it is going to use this ability. Oh wait.
God,
What?
I said God.
Yeah. Um okay, so ooh, that's not good. Um 11. That is, yeah, that's something. So every creature within 30 feet that can hear it, so that is you, Nimbus, that's Nikta, Holtzman, and Gakure. So you're gonna have to make that wisdom saving throw, and I'll roll it for these 3 real quick.
So that'd be
And
5 damage.
Holtzman passes. Yeah, it's gonna be 5 psychic damage, and you're not stunned. Valkyrie has a really bad wisdom, but oh no, that was with advantage. She rolled a 7 otherwise. Whoopsies. Um, I don't think she gets advantage on Dex, not wisdom. So Valkyrie takes, well, Holtzman takes 5. Valkyrie takes 11 and is stunned until the end of the creature's next turn. So she's stunned until her next turn. And Nikta is also stunned. And she takes 11. So this creature, it whispers. It whispers words that are not correct in ways that you can't really fathom. But you know that there is the instinct within you knows that they are wrong. And also, this person dies.
Well, they get
Oh, no.
saving
Like-
throws. They get saving
Like-
throws.
Ears blistering out.
They
Like
don't have
puffs.
more than 5 health.
Meow. They
They
are
are
dead.
a commoner. Yeah.
They
like
have ceased to
eyeballs
be.
exploding into mush. Like what happened?
Oh, how does the commoner die? They you think it must be the same. Well, Alvis, you don't have this experience, but Nimbus, I guess you think this must be the same thing that you are feeling, except instead of you being able to withstand it, they um they nearly rend their cheeks and they collapse in a frozen scream.
Hmm.
Fucking creepy.
That is that
Do
creature's
they
turn.
don't even get a saving throw?
They have 4 hit points.
They failed it.
Well, if they pass the saving throw for damage, then at least they get to do death saving throws. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a grognard here. I'm just like,
Actually,
poor bastard.
I'm pretty sure standard D&D is like your commoners are what, 7s or something like that.
It's true.
10s.
10s,
So,
okay.
yeah, straight 10s. So yeah, I guess they would get saving death saves. So let's see. You are right. Now, if they fail to save, if they don't roll a 14 straight on the die, they do die instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
They are
Aw.
dead.
that's a shame.
They are dead. They did not have the stuff to survive. Oh, well.
Uh,
Heart stopped, brain shut down.
that is all that creature does on its turn.
All right.
Next up is one of these rogues who is ready. Actually, would everybody like to roll an insight check?
Sure.
Just as this rogue is preparing and aiming his crossbow. Ambergreen, Naya, you two are pretty far away, but like you even you can see, like, looking at this guy standing next to this well-dressed wizard on the roof. Like, he's kind of giving him a, like, a what the fuck did you just do? Like, between like the plan is happening. This seems to have been an unexplained part of the plan.
Huh.
Nonetheless, uh oh wow, he's gonna get a sneak attack on this because Nikta is stunned. Um, so he's going to try to hit her. He has advantage because she's stunned. Um, does a 13 hit this gnome?
Probably not.
No, this guy fucking sucks. All right, so he does not hit her with his crossbow bolt. He
He's
you think
shaken.
he must be like distracted by the appearance of these weird ass creatures.
He is both shaken and shaking.
Uh but you see him like whisper shout something to the man you assume must be his boss, and he starts running north. Whoops. As he reloads his crossbow. Nikta is reeling from the psychic attack, and by the end of her turn, she recovers from the stun. So that is all she can do. Badath is up.
The death is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and take a somewhat stealthy vantage point inside the tree, whereby
Okay.
he can see out, but he is hard to see, even being a glowy bird, because it's a nice bright day.
I think that's a fair 3/4 cover.
Okay, and I don't really think I'm gonna do anything more with that. Don't need to take an action. We're gonna take a dodge action.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. The other rogue with the crossbow aims at Gakuri. All going according to plan, of course. That one. Am I sure that's her AC? No, that's fucking wrong, actually, on the character sheet. 1 second.
Yeah, I would imagine she's got like a 17 or so, right?
She's a barbarian, so it's supposed to be Dex and Con, right?
Is it Dex Con or is it Dex Wiz?
Dex Con.
Barbarian is Con. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just double checking. Unarmored defense. Dex 10 Dex Con. Yeah. So this should be
18, 19, something like that if they have a high dex.
15.
15. And then do they use a shield?
She doesn't. She uses a great sword.
Okay. So sounds like that's gonna be a valid hit.
Yeah, so why is it still showing a 13 on that? Can you, like, fix that?
The 13 was the first one.
No. It's showing on her token that she has a. Oh, okay. Now I have to change it to just AC because. Oh God. All right. Roll 20. Whatever. Cool.
Classic.
I guess it's technically not armor. Yeah. Very, 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 very cool. So she has a 15 AC. She is gonna take that hit. And that's gonna do an extra. Oh, you're not gonna roll that for me. All right, we're having a good night on roll 20, everyone.
Woo!
Extra 9. Obviously she hasn't had time to rage yet, so she's taken a full 17.
Womp.
Um,
God, I thought they would have been higher level by now. That was a big old hit.
yeah. All right, then the other monsters get to go. The one on the south end is first. It is going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nimbus, it's making a melee attack against you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Boop. Oh, wow.
That is a splendid failure on its part.
Yeah. You simply avoid the touch. The other one, is gonna move up. And it. Ooh, Mont, you're gonna get stuck in this one.
How tall is that tree, by the way?
Only about 15 feet. So
Mm.
I think Badath might be in this one.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then it's just, that'd be an insta-kill, because I don't believe owls get more than 1 default HP. Nope.
Yeah, that may, and I think that is what's about to happen.
Mm.
Everybody in 30 feet is gonna have to take do a DC 14 Wisdom save. So
Let's see. That
Mont
that one gets
and
me as well.
yeah, that will get you. It's everybody in 30. So yep, everybody here plus Mont plus the horse. Albus, you don't have advantage on that unless you. Oh, wait, magic.
Yeah.
You rolled 2 13s anyway, so yes, okay. I guess it's magic. Oh, excuse me.
Bless.
That was wisdom, right?
Yep. Yeah, please roll it for your horse as well. Let's see if Gakuri can make it this time. Nice horse.
Yep. Good job, that Mountie.
Oh, she can't. At least she's already stunned. Holtzman? He doesn't make it. Okay, he's stunned as well. And Nikta. She doesn't make it. She is stunned as well. The whole party.
Oh no.
Nimbus, you are going to be stunned until the end of your next turn.
Yep.
Albus Taver, you are going to take so you're all taking 14 psychic damage. Albus Taver, you will also be stunned until the end of your next turn.
14 you said?
14. Cut that in half for you, Mont. So it's gonna be just 7.
For my horse too, right?
Yep. And neither of you are stunned. Albus, do you want me to subtract your health for you?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. So, just for reference, a stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. you automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against you have advantage. So at the end of your next turn, you will recover. Everybody got that all in order?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. It's Gakuri's turn. She is stunned. It's Vashta's turn. He Ma he kind of looks at you and there's like a it's like really? Like every time?
Every time.
He doesn't say it, but the eyes say it.
Yep. I'll nod
Um,
at him.
So he rolls his shoulders and then just lifts off the ground as naturally as walking. And Nimbus, I'm sorry, but also Badath will take that hit. So we're gonna mark him dead.
Poor Badaf.
Is that the first time he's died?
I think it is.
No,
No.
it's not the
Maybe-
first time,
maybe
but it's
one
first
other?
time in a long time.
Yeah, it's the first time in a long time. I thought Keen maybe died once too.
Keen died a few times.
A few times, right? But he's pretty careful with Badath.
Yeah, well, if I had known that they have the radius thing, I probably would have done things different.
Also, just an aside, are we on like year 7 of this game, or is it longer?
Do you mean real time?
IRL, yeah.
We're coming up on the 4th anniversary only.
Only 4th?
Yeah, dude.
I know it feels like
Feels like a really long time. And I was talking to someone today, and I'm like, well, but I've known you for a long time. Like,
yeah. We met 7 years ago, right?
right? Exactly. I was like, fuck, I've been streaming way longer than I thought, and I've been playing with all these folks since then.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
since Revival.
Since Revival, which was about 10, 12 years
2013.
ago. Yeah.
2013 is when the Revival stuff started.
Wow.
Started really 2013.
Yeah.
I got
Anyway.
in at like 14, 15, I think. So
Okay, well, you might have come along later,
for a
but for
while.
me it was 2013.
Yeah, maybe so. All that was fuzzy in my mind, and someone was talking to me about D&D today, just to get back to the game real quick. But I was just like, yeah, I got a game tonight. Fuck, how long have we been playing this one? Like a long time. This is one of the longest running campaigns I've ever been in.
It's a little One Piece syndrome.
That would be well respected by the weeb crew at my job, which is everyone.
Yes. To the turn at hand.
Indeed.
Vashta flies up and he looks down at this thing with disdain and he says no, not in my city. And casts banishment. Which it will have to make a con save or a charisma save against. And his save DC is that. Ooh, it saves.
Shit.
So yeah, he just points at it with his now human-like finger. It's no longer a dragon's claw, and it jerks its head to look at him, and you see a spark fly out of his finger. He's just damn it.
That's
Yeah, it is. But that's all he can do on this turn for now. Uh the commoners. There are cries from the cafe, screams, fear as this unfortunate halfling drops dead in their seat before they can get up as they were watching this event unfold. Um the people in the cafe, um as quickly as they can, are running away. Um the people behind you are running away as quick as they can as well. Um, Same to the north. Um, there is a widespread panic. And just to be clear, really these streets would be full of far more people than I have tokens for right now. Um, so there is a full blown panic, and this is quite the disaster that started. Now, Alvis Tavern.
And do we have any idea why and how this started with Holtzman and um, Gakari and Nikta? I mean, do we have any clue about why what?
There
I'm
was
so glad you asked because I was thinking I missed something and I was gonna feel really stupid, but I was gonna ask on my next.
you didn't miss anything. There was some kind of clear confrontation here, and you aren't sure why this man is on the roof of the museum. Um, you can draw whatever conclusions you like about that,
We
but
did see him like breathe and create these monsters.
he's holding a cube that glowed when he
Okay,
did that,
okay.
and
I remember hearing about the cube, and I remember who was speaking when they were like, "Your theory was correct."
that was the man on the roof. Yeah,
Ah,
the well dressed man.
And he was talking to Holtzman, right?
He was. He
that's what I.
had him
Okay,
engaged.
okay. So the only thing I missed was that it was him that spoke to Holtzman
Mhm.
and not Gakari or
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well, that's something.
that is just when you all arrived.
That's actually
And
fine because it's about to be my turn, and I've been thinking and thinking, and I know what I'm going to do for the next probably 3 turns, unless you
excellent.
fucking ruin me.
Yeah,
But
unless I completely screw you over, we'll see. Oh, by the way, do you remember what that lightning effect is on you? It must have been something Vashta put on you and is not relevant anymore.
I have no idea. Yeah, that must have been carryover.
It would have been cleared off as you walk through the city anyway, in any case. Um did he like cast like a
I honestly don't remember.
some kind of blind? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Anyway,
dangerous. He might know.
Alvis Tavern. Keen should still have her turn, even though you're stumped, because she was immune to the psychic scream. So
Yeah.
do you want her to do anything?
These guys floating or anything?
The ghostly creatures, they do float, but they're at ground level. But yeah, they hover around.
I guess she's gonna trample and run this one down.
Ooh, sweet. Okay. Um. Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
my infernal automaton.
All right. So that's gonna be a hit. Um. Her claws. She has. She's built with sort of clawed large paws, mostly made for walking long distance, but she can hit with them. Um, they do they seem to pass harmlessly through parts of this thing, but they do shred something. There are wisps that vanish, and in your stunned state, you can kind of hear the moan of a man um as she strikes. Now it's not going to make the strength saving throw because these creatures cannot be knocked prone because they are ghostly.
Totally fine. Well, Joaquin.
Yeah,
Because I
she's
can
on
only
top of it. She knows what you mean.
because I can only speak incomprehensibly.
Yeah, well, falteringly. So you could be like, get that one. You know, if you can
Stop.
snap out of the horror, um, for just a moment, um, it Alvis Taver is very very similar to being dragged down by that serpent you had to kill at Chose.
Gross.
Ambergreen, you're up. Let's see your cool turn that you got planned.
Yeah, I'm gonna silence this motherfucker. That's my cool turn.
Ooh, all right.
I'm gonna silence him. Boop. You know what that does? 20-foot radius.
I do know what it does. I do want to see it in the chat just to in case there's anything. But let me draw that 20-foot radius.
Definitely not doing it as a ritual because I don't have time. Unless I've been muttering all along. If I could do it like this whole turn, I've been like,
No,
Rituals
you
take
don't
10
have
minutes.
10 minutes.
ah shit, 10 minutes. All right.
Okay, yeah, 120 feet.
Man, that took a long time to show up.
Where is
Oh, it's because I had to select whether it was ritual or not.
Hold on.
And of course, no. But yeah,
One, two,
in
three,
case you saw me
4,
dragging all
5,
those
6,
rulers around, that was me planning lots of turns.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would like it.
You're centering it on him.
So he is silenced. He may not you'd notice if you were silenced because the whole world would shut the fuck up. So
You would. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
okay. He knows he's silenced, but I did that. That's what I'm going to do. I can't really do another thing until next turn, but I can just try to, and I'm not going to do this in a dash or a way that seems, weird or like loud or, but I think I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is it 25 or 30? 35, 40. What's my fucking speed? What's my speed again? 25.
25, yeah.
Yeah, so okay, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You're a little bit too far.
Yeah, I'm like, here's 25.
Yeah.
Here's 25. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to get myself surreptitiously out of the way. I've silenced him. Now I'm stepping down this alleyway and just being mellow because I know I can't do another thing until, a round.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Alvis, it's your turn. You lose your turn, but you are no longer stunned at the end of it.
Yay.
So, Ambergreen, what I'm gonna say here, also, are you still drawing a line or is Roll20 like glitching out with that thing?
Roll20 is glitching out with that thing.
Cool. Can you try drawing another one and see if that disappears?
Sure.
What I'm gonna say happens is the man on the roof,
Nothing.
he begins and like you can see him start to do the somatic and verbal components,
Right.
and then like a quarter of the way through it, he realizes he's silenced.
Yeah, does he even? I don't know this character. Does he? Yeah, and of course you can't tell me. Does he know what it is to be silenced, or is he somebody fucking with a magic item?
Oh no, he for sure knows. Like there's no like you can't see him right now, Evergreen, but
No, I
like,
ducked out of the way.
anybody who can, like he obviously we're in the heat of battle, so he's like already doing this casting, and then you cast the silence on him,
Right.
and then like he gets a couple more words in, and he realizes it, and he
I'm mad about it.
yeah, he looks around and he no, Montlauren, he's well dressed. He is going to move. Now what I'm going to do is I will say that because he had to move, and because he got interrupted here, he's not going to be able to cast a slot spell this turn. He will be able to cast a cantrip with his regular action because he technically didn't use an action. But I want to,
Cantrips don't even take an
I
action.
want to provide you some
Oh shit, they do.
result from what did you say?
I thought cantrips didn't take an action. I thought you could just throw them onto anything.
They usually are a full action.
Yeah, I just saw that.
I want to provide you a success for silencing him. So he doesn't have he tried to cast a slot spell, got like halfway through it, realized it's fucked. Only has time to cast a cantrip at this point, basically.
I get it.
So he is going to choose Holtzman and Nikta to save against this. Which should be hopefully it rolls correctly. It should be a 2d6. Acid Splash. That rolled 1d6.
Are they within
So
60?
they are within 60. Yep. So it's going to be Holtzman and Nikta. He can choose two creatures that are within 5 feet of each other. They both fail their dexterity saving throws, and he does do an extra 1d6 because he's above level 5. So 7 total for both of them. Right, Ember Green?
I'm just saying, if I could do
only
two
you can
actions,
be an NPC.
if I could do 2 full actions in the turn, I'm right at 8th level here, on the verge of being broken.
Yep.
Even with Fighter, though, it doesn't let you cast 2 slot spells.
Right.
Holtzman's stun is expired, so he manages to shake himself out of it. Naya, you're up. I hope you have a turn plan.
Or even just my channel divinity and a slot spell.
Hell yeah. Now that would work. That would work even if you just cast haste.
That's what I'm saying. If I could get haste, which is not in my domain, as far as I know, it's not.
Okay, so
like a ring of haste.
Oh yeah. Let Naya do her turn.
I just have a question. So Gakari, Holtzman, and Nikta and Nimbus, are they all? I know that some of them are discombobulated. Are they able to move?
So while they're stunned, they cannot move.
Okay.
But the stun goes away. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily know this, Naya, but the stun goes away at the end of their turn. So Nikta and Nimbus are both gonna lose a turn here.
And okay, so Mount Lauren looks healthy enough.
Safe,
what I was looking at is those 4 all need a heal. So if they can't move, though, Healing Spirit is useless. So,
well, again, Gakari and Holtzman can move now. They're check their tokens. They've got the little cross on them. But yeah, dropping a Healing Spirit behind them wouldn't be the worst idea.
All right, well, that's my plan. Ah, shit. Okay, well, I'm going to place it here.
All right.
So it's right behind Holtzman, but it should be within a step or 2 of those 4.
Yeah, let me get
Now, do I need to re-roll every time somebody steps in it, or are they going to just all take 3?
Yeah, it'll be a roll every time.
Okay.
So you're putting it right there, I assume.
Yeah, or even one over to the right.
Got it. Okay. So there is now a tiny spectral ghost ruby delivering healing.
Okay, and then what am I rolling? Oh, 2d. It's a level 2 spell. 2d6.
It's just let's see. You cast it as a level 2 spell, so it's just 1d6 when they enter it for the first time on their turn or when they start their turn there. So actually, if you wanted, you could do something like if Gakuri is going to be the next one to move, you could put it on top of Gakuri. She'd get the heal, and then she could move out of it. Just speaking.
All right, now
technically.
according to what I'm seeing here,
Yeah.
it says the healing increases by another d6 for each slot level above. Oh, above second. Okay,
Yeah.
never
I mean, do
mind.
you want to upcast it because you can?
No, I cast it as a 2, so
Okay.
okay.
So yeah, once they walk into it, then
Oh shit, that's even worse. How can it be worse?
it is a 1d6.
Fuck. All right, well. Holtzman steps back, Gakuri steps over.
Yeah, so they'll have to
Nikta
do that
steps
on their
over,
turn.
and Nimbus would have to take an extra step, but they can all get some kind of a heal.
Fortunately, these three seem experienced enough that they recognize the spell you're casting, even though they don't recognize your spirit particularly.
Yeah, okay.
So is that going to be all of your turn? You still have an action and a move.
My only bonus action is casting a heal.
Right,
Right,
but you
do you
could
have any?
take a full action.
Yeah, you could. As long as it's not a slot spell, you can cast
Like you
a
could throw a cantrip.
cantrip and you can move.
Hey, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I was like thinking about it here in the alleyway while the rest of this transpires, would I be thinking to myself that this guy's spells? I saw the cube he had and everything, right?
You did.
Okay. Am I thinking this is an int caster or a whiz caster?
Hard to say. Why don't you give me an Arcana check while Naya is plotting her turn, the remainder of it.
Not good.
You think the thing that he did must be dependent on that relic he's got at the very least.
Yeah, I had made that connection.
You'd have to watch him a little bit more closely to see what kind of caster he is.
Sure, make another roll on another turn because I'm in an alleyway.
Is this mob in front of Nimbus incapacitated in any way, or is he just standing there?
No, yeah, it's just standing there. It did just whiff on him, but it is coming in for more. So
Okay, well, so for this one, that one just in front of Nimbus.
yeah.
Fuck.
We already
Nimbus,
established that
Nimbus
cold
shouted to you
doesn't.
that they're immune to cold. Yeah. So
Oh,
you
we
might wanna,
did?
yeah.
Ah, crap.
He did find it out, and he did make a point of saying it out loud. So you might want to choose a different one.
Okay. I will have to move up.
All right.
There.
Ooh,
But 10 won't hit.
Low roll. No hit, especially because you're trying to avoid hitting Nimbus at the same time, obviously.
Right.
So that will be Naya's turn, and Mont Lauren is up.
Alrighty.
Abominations.
First things first.
Also, just so you know, Vashta is in the air, a decent height. So if you wanted to like ride under him, there's plenty of space.
Cool. Though in this case, I'm gonna ride to the rescue, so to speak.
Nice. Let me put on Naya's concentration real quick.
I need one too. Yep.
Yep. I'm really glad I discovered how to do this in particular.
Yeah, with a turn order tracker, that's pretty smart, man.
Much better than like trying to track it as text. All right, there you go. You've got a magic weapon.
All right. And magic weapon is a bonus action, so I am going to cast.
Good fucking spell.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on.
You can't do another slot spell.
Oh fuck, that's right. It's a slot
Yeah.
spell. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to attack that dude.
So frustrating.
He hits, and it's a +1 to damage, so that's a 9. And it does not resist magical slashing. So you deal 9 damage
Excellent.
first. And I assume there's a second one coming.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that +1's not going to be enough, though.
Damn.
Still, that was a good hit. Yeah.
Oh hey, could I have Divine Smote the first one?
Yeah. I'll let you go back and do that this time.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
Divinely smote, I think would be the right way to say that.
Your punishment is the lowest roll I've ever seen.
Indeed.
So,
Yeah.
but you are able to. You are.
But they were smitten divinely.
Yeah. A little bit of extra juice. There is something very, very wrong with these creatures, you think. And that's your full turn. Nimbus, you will lose your turn, but now you are no longer stunned at the end of your
Yep,
turn.
and you can kill that concentration because I don't believe I can transfer Dragon's Breath after
True.
the creature is. Yeah.
I think you would have lost it for being incapacitated anyway.
Yeah, I don't know about that. If I had passed the con save, I don't know. I'll look that up.
Yeah. Okay. I'll double check that. Doesn't matter anyway, but same difference. All right. I gotta roll a die here. Oh, that's lucky. All right. This creature is going to sweep in and attack your friendly gnome, who is still stunned. Wow, the advantage sucks tonight.
Does he get that at least?
It doesn't matter. It didn't hit her.
Oh, I didn't see the 10. Nice.
Yeah.
Whew.
It only makes one attack, right? Yeah, just the one. Oh, that would be scary if it rolled that many dice more than once. All right, but we're gonna get back to these rogues who are again, they seem like they are trying to get out of here. They have some kind of plan. But part of that plan includes fucking up whoever they can find. So Alvis Taver, this bolt is coming at you.
You guys think this is a heist?
That's the impression I'm getting, yeah.
It won't have advantage this time. I don't think an 11 hits Alvis Taver.
I ain't hitting shit.
All right. Nikta is up. Her her stun is cleared. And she is holding her head, is rattling with impossibilities.
Nikta, wake up. Snap out of it.
Oh, right. Abominations. Yes. She she reaches for her sword instead of her crossbow. All right, more enemies. I'm gonna move. Uh, this one's gonna be coming at Gakuri again. No advantage again. Oop, that one actually hits her.
Yay!
Well,
Eh.
What?
don't say yay, Naya.
I'm like, who's siding you on?
Oh, I thought it was Gokuri's. Never mind.
Okay, Nimbus, the abomination is going to try to touch you again. Well, no, actually. Montlaran, Gakuri, and Nimbus. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Well, at least you guys get a bonus on that.
Oh yeah, Gakuri is just close enough. Nice. So she gets a +3 to this. Hey, she makes it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's no good.
Mont, you have to attack one creature of the Alep's choice. That is going to be Nikta. Oh, it's only
Oh
3
no.
creatures, so Mont, it's not your warhorse does not have to save.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nimbus, you have to make a melee attack on Montlaren's horse.
Oh no!
So Mont, if you would please do me a favor and roll that. The magic number here is 16.
God damn it.
Wow.
And that's gonna be
Wasted
7
die.
damage.
I know, right? What? Betrayal!
The whole time yelling at myself, oh, you can hit that.
Nimbus, if you would be so kind
Hard
as
to hit a
to,
horse, or hard to miss a horse.
Yeah,
as
I'm
to use
looking.
your reaction to.
I don't have a Wait, let's see. Would I even have proficiency on a barehanded attack?
I think that's default. Yes, right?
And it would be coming as strength, so that's
You have to punch the horse.
yeah.
Yeah.
1d4 minus 1, is that correct then?
It's
a
just
minor ass.
it's just a 1 plus strength minimum of 1 if you hit.
Oh, okay. So it would just be a 1 if I hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just use this as the attack roll.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. It would be a strength attack
It
roll,
would have to
wouldn't
be a
it?
strength roll.
Yeah, never mind. It would be
Well, you rolled a 9. So what's your strength?
-1.
-1. So
Mhm.
8
-1?
plus
Yeah, I've got a strength of
proficiency
9
is
with
11, which is less than the horse's AC. Got it. Wait, no, 11 is equal to the horse's AC. Right, Mott?
No, he has 12. He's wearing leather.
Oh, okay. There you go. You miss. You punch the leather.
Yeah.
You hurt your hand a little bit.
Yeah, you like slap the saddle.
But Nikta, Montlaran, Nikta doesn't know you. You have run out of nowhere and attacked both this monster and you have attacked her.
Yeah, kind of savagely.
So there may be some confusion in the ranks shortly.
Yeah.
It is another monster's turn though. Elvis, you're on top of Keen, obviously. So this one is going to be able to try to touch you. I think that one hits.
That doesn't hit me.
Oh my god, you have 18?
Yeah.
Okay. Never
I'm a
heard
live
fucking
motherfucker.
18.
Yeah, he is.
That doesn't hit me.
Hey, Verde, check your Discord.
Oh.
All right. In
Don't
that
go
case,
full fucking John Wayne or nothing, dude.
in that case, it is Gakuri's turn. She is going to take advantage of that healing spirit. She's going to walk into it real quick, and she's going to walk back out of it. Naya, if you would roll a d6 for her.
Yay!
Thank
Nice.
you. She is going to rage.
Unless you want me to just get a full rack and then we can just share it.
But also, she is going to. Well, this is different now. Because you know what? I forgot to give Gakure the buff, but I'm going to use the buffed ability for her. So I believe she gets a 2d10, and this only replaces one of her greatsword attacks. So she is going to blast. Well, again, it should be
Nice.
2d10, I believe, at this point. So I'm going to roll that 2d10. We're using the new bonus rules. It's a little lower, but that's okay.
Still
Um,
nice.
And it has to make a dex save first, which fails tremendously.
Good.
And it takes a bit of damage. These things seem nearly resistant to everything, but that is not going to stop her from committing to the rage and attacking with her greatsword. Well, that's not going to hit even with a +2. Never mind. Okay, Vashta is going to take his turn. He says, "Get a hold of yourselves, everyone. We need to take these out if we're going to go after the mastermind." And he will make 3 scimitar attacks on the monster. 1, not a hit. 2,
Take your own damage. Take
that's
your
a
own
hit.
advice.
3, that's a hit.
Nice.
Grand total of 16 slashing and 12 fire turns into a little bit less than that. However, when much like he did to you, Ambergreen, every time he swings his scimitar, which is now in his hand, um, he follows through the full swing. Halfway through the follow through, a picture of himself lunges forward, um, and
Amazing.
is the actual thing that makes the slash 3 times in a row.
That's notable. I don't know that I would have seen it from where I am.
And although these beasts are tremendously resistant, you can see that he's done a decent number on this one. The citizens are fleeing in every direction.
Did you see that person's brain explode?
Keen is up.
This thing, it's still alive and doing its thing.
Very much so. So you're having Keen be a independent mount for now?
I am.
I think we said we'd decide per combat, right?
We
Keep it
did.
easy.
Yeah. So is it always the trample attack?
Yeah, and that one is just if she moves enough before making it, right? Then she can do the prone, but she can't do that to these anyway.
Okay.
So
Okay. I was
Oh
just
wait, no,
wondering.
it doesn't even have the movement prereq. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if there was a claw attack or where there was supposed to be a claw attack that wasn't trample. But
No, it's gonna be the same attack either way.
cool. Ah,
I could have sworn that one had the movement clause. Good hit, bad damage, still a little bit. Still a good 3. All right, Ambergreen, your next turn is up.
Indeed.
Now, do you want to keep concentrating on that silence? I assume you're going to see that.
I am not.
Okay.
In
So-
fact, I wasn't ever going to hold it longer than this long. So at the moment that I sense that my turn is up, I cease concentration and I dimension door.
Ooh, okay. Now, do you have to be able to see the destination?
No, I do not.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Alright.
that's pretty OP.
It's also domain spell, so it's like nothing off my shoulders.
It still costs a spell slot, but it.
Of course it does. I just
yeah.
took it.
Yeah, you didn't have to have it prepared. So he goes wherever the hell he wants. Very nice. Now that is your full
Thank
action.
you. I was going there. That is my full action. Let me double check that this is where I intended to go.
Yeah.
As the spell states, I go where I intend to go.
Goes exactly where you intend to go.
Yeah, fucking sick, right? Anyway,
If
I go
you
there.
if you would arrive in a place occupied by a creature, you take 4d6, not the creature takes 4d6.
I thought both did.
Nah, just you can't attack people with it.
I thought by the reading of the spell you could, and that would be like this epic heroic thing to do. Like, can I soak 24 damage just to biff you right now?
You want to telefrag someone?
Yeah, no, it is you and any creature traveling with you, but it isn't your target.
Yeah.
It says you and any creature traveling.
Right.
It's
See,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can hold somebody's hand and pull them through the dimension door.
right. So you'd have to be a real trickery asshole to be like, no, take my hand, let's go. Wham! Killed the noob.
Yeah.
You could force teleport somebody that way, though.
You could if they agreed, right? But then you force teleport them into something that nukes them with fucking 46 damage,
Right. I'll show you the world.
right? I can show you the world. It's really fucking painful.
Is that the end of your turn though?
That is the end of my turn. I might shout something. Hold,
Okay.
fiend!
Yeah, you're gonna
Fiend.
get the attention of these two rogues for sure.
Listen up, bitch!
Oh, okay. But
Oh, we're gonna get
while
shot.
you summon
Stop your
forth their
roll.
attention, Albus Tavern, you have a turn, and you have an ally adjacent to this monster.
I do have an ally adjacent to this monster. No.
Oh,
My AC's 14 and I have 40.
well, you don't have advantage, do you?
I don't know why I would have advantage.
All right, so your first number was a 6.
Yes.
Plus 8 is 14, which is still a hit.
That's very nice.
Yeah. So that's a total of 21 damage, which the creature resists, and you are not able to
Nasty
make the
ass.
finishing blow. Not quite.
Need to get myself a magic rapier.
Do you want to do anything else?
Um. uh, no. No. No.
Okay.
Hold my bonus action to do a cunning action, or not a cunning action, but a dodge of some sort.
Do you have a hold? Do you have another action?
I have a bonus action.
You can like disengage and dash, but not while you're on keen, I guess. So
No. No. Now we're good.
okay. Um. Ambergrain.
Uh-huh.
The man whips around when he hears you call him a bitch.
He remembers being silenced, right?
Yeah, obviously that happened just a second.
I mean his little buddies too, right?
Yeah. Um, he is going to cast centered on you.
I'm sure he will. Before he does that, can I
Yeah.
please also make this roll right here?
Oh yeah, let's see it.
Ah, shit.
Bad.
Never mind.
You're like counterspell. No.
No, it wasn't counterspell. No, that was when I was saying all those things, I was rolling performance. I wanted to stir their emotions. I am, after all, a bard, right?
It did happen. It was perhaps it's not the sort of taunt people write stories about. But
Yeah.
you are here.
I mean, you called him a bitch.
He
Yeah.
is a bitch. He's about to be even bitchier unless he totally owns my face with this roll.
So you are gonna get whipped.
Web, good one.
Um
60 feet. Oh, sorry. 60 feet. Shit. Yep. Perfect. Okay. I did that on
Oh
purpose.
yeah, is he in he's yeah,
Oh,
he's in
we're in range.
60.
We're in range. I did that on purpose myself. So, like, nope. 60 feet was my range also. Nope.
All
Good.
right.
Tipping my
So
head.
he casts web. It is a 20-foot cube, so let me draw that for you. It's gonna be
Do I get a roll?
um basically centered on you, and one sec. So like there.
I get a dex save.
So you get a dex save when you start your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you fail that, you'll be restrained by those webs.
Word.
Webs layered over a flat surface have a depth of 5 feet. Or layered across a wall, floor, or
I have to admit, I didn't
wow,
expect
that
him to
is
throw a web. I did
that
not
is
expect him to throw that.
deep ass webs. I never read that spell in enough detail to notice that they are 5 foot deep of webs. So you
Yeah,
are
it's a fucking standby. Like, it's an old school standby. But like, and also you solved my question. Ambergreen might not know this, but that's a wizard spell.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't
yeah.
do things like that in public. It's
True.
crude.
Uh, he puts that up to stop you, and he looks at his allies and he says, "Stop him!" And Holtzman though gets a turn. He's gonna take a d6. Naya, if you'd be so kind.
Well, shit.
Aw.
That's okay. Holtzman's a wizard, so he can use every point. Um, and he is going to pull out. Yeah. He's gonna pull out the big one. Um, Yes. Spell level 4. That's a high roll. Well, half of it is.
Damn.
I need to add Holtzman concentration. Okay. So okay, yeah. So he. Oh, I should have made the Wiz save first. Dude has to make a Wisdom save, or be frightened. And Holtzman's save DC is not written down on the sheet. 16.
I've been thinking it, Elvis.
Oh, he makes the save. Spell ends.
Very
He's
nice.
not able to. He's not able to get the frightened on. So that spell completely fails. Holt he looks back at you and he says, he says, "Don't worry about the chaff. We can't let him get away with that." Naya, you're up. What's the plan?
So we determined that these mobs
They're immune to cold.
are immune to cold, but what about the wizard?
He appears to just be a human.
That's
Yeah,
what
as
I
far as I
thought.
can tell, he's just a dude.
Are you how in range are you? He's 75 plus feet away. He's up on a roof.
75 feet, yeah.
Up a bit. So we'll call it 90, maybe.
I didn't have anything really prepared for this. Ah! Has that healing spirit been completely consumed by now?
No, you still have a whole like 8 turns of concentration on that for people to use.
I thought there was a limit of like 6 uses.
Oh fuck, you're right. I forgot that we
Wanted to
were
be
counting.
wrong.
No, yeah, that's the new version.
Yeah, they really nerfed that poor spell into the ground.
They nerfed it into the ground, yeah.
I think you still have the old spell text, but
Probably do.
let me look it up. Number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So what's your wisdom mod? Is it a +4 or +5?
+5.
Okay, so it can heal 6 times. So it's only done twice so far. So
No.
do me a favor and keep track of that.
Wait, Holtzman,
Holtzman and Gokri got the heal.
Nimbus didn't take a heal?
No, but nobody
Nope.
else has been able to take a turn yet. They've had to pass turn.
Oh shit, okay. Right, let me make a note.
Fucking web, really. Rawr. Amber Green is mildly infuriated.
It's very wizardly, though.
It really is. No, it's.
I mean, he could have greased you, I guess.
Nah. At level 8, I don't know, we're all pretty powerful.
Except when we roll terribly.
Right, I was gonna say.
God.
I just don't have my back, that's true, but
I mean, you never know that I was
That's a
powerful
totally
by the way I roll.
web is a sane thing to do, and it's right on point, and it's so fucking infuriating. It's like, I had a plan, you know. I planned it.
Alright, and there's this mob right here. Gonna ping it. Still alive and kicking?
Yeah, none of the spectral monsters have been defeated yet.
Well, the other two have a thing at the upper right, but that one doesn't have anything.
Correct.
Oh, he hasn't
Those
popped.
symbols are for me.
Okay. I'm gonna move up, like, so I have better line of sight.
Okay. You do have to move into a space that's not Mont Lawrence horse.
Yeah, but it
So
takes up
somewhere.
4.
It's a big
Horses are
horse.
large, yeah.
All right, fine. There.
All right, who are you aiming at? The one closest to you?
The one next to Nicta. The one in front of Nimbus.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's a hit.
I finally had
Um,
a decent roll. Yay!
yes. It is resistant to fire, as you may have noticed. But that's still going to be a good 7 damage.
Okay.
Is that your turn? Do you want to move the healing spirit anywhere as your bonus?
No, I want it
Okay.
to be available to anybody who needs it.
Do keep track of how many times it heals. You've got 4 more of those. So
I made a
Sheriff
note
gets
saying that it
the
had been used twice.
yeah. Okay. Aunt Lauren.
Okay. I have a couple of technical questions to ask.
All right.
If I don't end my move there, I can move into a space occupied by an ally, right?
It's difficult terrain, but yes.
Okay. Cool. Next, given that I am on top of Bet Mountie, if
Yeah.
I were to cast Misty Step, would I go or would we go?
I believe Misty Step is single person, so you would go.
Right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step forward
Okay.
as Bet Mountie and Montlauren.
Yeah.
I am going to Bet Mountie is going to take that 1d6 if that's okay.
Okay.
For the heal?
Yeah.
All
right, let me roll.
And I'll let you do the health change.
Yeah. I've got them group selected, so
Got a
let me
5.
finish my move first. Excellent. That's fucking wonderful. Thank you. Okay. I am going to disengage.
Okay. Now you can't move through enemies. You can move through allies.
Right. 45. And then I'm going to Misty Step myself.
So what's your horse's speed?
60.
Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. 25.
I can move down if I move too
yeah,
far.
yeah,
Like
yeah. No,
that's fine.
that you're totally fine. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I had plenty of space, but all right.
Yep, you did.
All right, cool. Hold on, let me give my horse his 6 points there, or 5 points, I mean. And then I'm gonna Misty Step myself right there.
Okay.
Nice Misty Step lets you get up onto the building and all that.
Yeah, it's a line of sight teleport.
Nice.
Now,
Excellent.
your mount used disengage. You didn't have to use disengage, I believe.
Well,
If
I
I'm
was moving
control
us as if we were one creature. Like we wouldn't be independent until now, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So your controlled mount is able to disengage, and I believe if um I believe if you are riding a mount, only the mount has to disengage. Right?
I'm honestly not sure how that plays
It
out.
doesn't say it explicitly in the rules. That's how I would probably rule it because you are out of the way and your mount is the one who would be attacked. And plus, it says if your mount provokes an opportunity attack while you're on it, the attacker can target you or the mount. So
Right.
I don't
Okay.
think you personally have to disengage.
Okay. So I technically still have an action then.
You do. Yeah, that's the point I was getting
Oh,
to.
oh, wizard all fucked up now then.
Go, go.
Very nice.
Oh,
Woo!
yeah. So you have caught him at the end of the spell. Yeah, that's oh wow. He does it when he needs to, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how it
I'm
works.
just gonna let
Right?
you finish rolling, and I'll add up all the damage.
Bonk.
Okay.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah, well, the
not that one.
D20
Yeah.
being what it is.
All right. Well, that's cool. I was down to my last spell slot anyway, so.
All right. So 21 damage.
Yay!
Oh
You
yeah.
you cut him. You cut through the the silk jacket that he is wearing, and you draw real blood from the man.
Excellent.
Shocking.
Um,
Funny you should use that
Just
word.
riffing off of Amber Green as I slice into him, I'll say, "Halt, miscreant!"
oh
Well
wait,
done.
that should be one more point of damage
Roll
because of magic
performance.
weapon.
Oh yeah, that's right, because of magic weapon, totally.
Yeah. Okay. And Nimbus. Yeah, you still don't hit with an 8, by the way.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna move down to here. And now let me get that little drawing tool out for a second. The measure.
Okay.
And we're going like this. And I'm gonna do a James Brown move where I hit the ground real quick and cast it and then get back up.
I am gonna say you'd have to choose whether you're hitting the two monsters or the two people on the roof. I don't think you could angle this such that I think the roof is too high up.
How high are the creatures off the ground?
They are at ground level, and they're human sized.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say you'd either have to aim over their heads to hit the roof,
No, I'm gonna go
or
prone and get back up.
I mean what I mean to say is I think if you're shooting this from prone, you're not going to be able to you'd be going below or over the people on the roof basically. It's essentially the angle is such that um you
How
there's
high
not a
up is the
straight line
roof?
that you can make between all four of them.
How high up is the roof?
It is a bit over 15 feet up. 20 rather.
Okay.
20 where they're standing.
20 where they're standing. And so we're looking at a distance of 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. What did the thing say again? 60. So that's. Give me just a moment here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then they're to 15 feet up. Is it an angled roof?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and how high is it at the I guess 20 feet from the edge?
It's so if we're talking about like where you would hit the wall instead of going over the roof, it's 15 feet at the edge.
Oh no, I'm saying how much height differential is there over this distance?
Oh, 5 feet only.
5 feet, okay. So then looking at here.
5 altitude change. Yep, Snipey's got it.
And so we've got one here, One here, one here, and then I get the straight edge out, and nope. If I go prone, I have a straight line through all of them.
Do you?
Yes, I have drawn a diagram that proves this.
Okay. All right, they will all make dex saves.
What are you casting?
You
It's a
know.
lightning bolt. Yeah.
Ah, that makes so much sense now.
You're gonna need to roll the damage.
Oh yes, that's gonna be 8d6 plus the 1, so
right.
9d6. I'll take 40.
Jesus.
40's good. And of course, because it's an evocation spell, I don't cook my friends.
All right. Thief takes no damage. What's your DC?
Should be 15.
Okay. So the wizard makes it. But he is nearly struck all the way through. He is being attacked from all sides at this point, and you deal even the 20 is still a immense amount of damage.
Yeah.
And to the other creatures who both failed, they also both take 20. Which does annihilate the first one, but not the second one.
So, it's half your movement to get back up from prone?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Then from there, I would still have I'll take the
He
heal.
has to con save on the web, which he makes. So the web is still up.
Damn. He did get hit twice, right?
Oh fuck, he did. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
That electricity was the second jolt,
Lucky
make it up.
motherfucker.
right?
Know
Fucking
that that silky marshmallow mess is still there.
Yeah, the cotton candy cloud.
Yeah.
And you're getting the you're
It's
getting
cool.
the extra-
Actually, my next move that I've been waiting to do doesn't actually require me being able to move. So
May I get a d6 heal, Naya? Please.
You
You have
bet.
just enough movement to get into that square, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone can still move past
Shit, sorry.
me. Oh, you don't have to apologize. It's a spell that's gone to shit. It should at least be like the die plus your spellcasting modifier or something. Like it's just gotten beaten into the ground. It's so sad.
It's still a good spell.
It's
Consider-
Yeah, I
no
mean, we've made use of it.
it's no blessing of healing though, or prayer of healing, the one that takes a moment but like really really heals. Because a lot of times we would be
that one
using
takes, you know,
this. Yeah, we would be using them for the same function. That was the thing. Because it'd often be an after battle sort of thing. So it's cool that we're able to use this here for sure, and especially knowing that we can't use the super mega heal in actual combat anymore.
Right.
yeah.
Well, and actually, for this adventure, I can't even cast it at all. I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Alvis,
I wasted.
Nika,
I
and
don't feel like I
Gunther.
wasted that mass healing word, but I was super trepidatious about using it, and now I know why.
Please make a wisdom saving throw. That's Alvis again. Alvis, you don't have advantage on this one. It's not like a spell. At least I don't think you do.
Okay, if it's not magic.
Yeah, it's just it's just whispering in your brain.
Right. Supernatural, but not magic.
Okay. Wow. All right. Nicta has to make an attack on Nimbus. So here you go, Nimbus. I don't think that hits you.
That hits air.
Okay.
Hey, at least now she understands why I hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and they all also take psychic damage from that. So you all take 5 damage from this as well.
All is who?
Just Albus.
Okay.
Albus, you're attacking Gakure. And you hit her. And well, you do have sneak attack. So
Oh no,
I mean, you know.
Alvis.
What?
Fortunately she is raging, so she has resistance and only takes 10.
Alvis can't hit Gakuri from that distance.
He's
No, he's
sitting
actually on
his-
Keen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he sits on the mouse.
Right.
Albus, Gakuri is going to attack you.
In a try.
She does.
Ooh, that hits.
That hits. That's
Ouch.
also going to be a +2 damage. So you take 15.
Oof.
Fortunately,
think
I
it's
have
included.
plenty of spell slots,
You
so I
just
can
used
cast
your
another
reaction,
healing
unfortunately.
spirit.
You had to use your reaction to make your attack.
Forcibly.
You were forcibly reactioned. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it is 15 total. Okay, Mont. You are getting some some sneak attacks are coming your way. The rogue sees the lightning bolt and he sees the crystal cube teetering in this man's hand as he falters on this roof as he's trying to keep his footing, and he's just like, "Oh shit, boss!" Wow, Wizards of the Coast lets you have 3 attacks.
As
What?
a
What level?
non-monk? What?
I was gonna say, what the fuck? What the fuck class are you?
Yeah,
And what
yeah,
level?
that's wacky. But hey, that's in the stat block, so I'm gonna.
That's like fighter level 20 in AD&D rules.
I mean, I can understand if it's like attack offhand or something like that.
Sure, but even that's like L20, right?
No,
What's
no,
Tracy,
attack
Mom?
offhand is like a level 5 fighter and like
Uh,
whatever level
he
of
was
rogue gets you
holding a
46.
crossbow a second ago.
Right. That's also true.
He dropped it and switched to his sword.
Okay, so there's a
And-
crossbow on the roof now.
I was just saying it.
Crossbow on the roof.
Yeah, they're both going to do this because they see that their boss has been nearly immolated.
Cool. I mean, that's a miss either way, by the way. I was just asking what he did
Yeah.
with the crossbow because I might want to pick that up later.
Right? I don't have a crossbow. Actually, I do.
Yeah,
I kind of want to see if I can carry it back through time. You know?
Interesting.
He had to drop his bow, and he has now he had to whip out the short sword and go. Also, to be fair, they could be holding both in one hand because it is a. Oh no, it's a light crossbow, not a hand crossbow. Never mind.
Well, and also you said that they loaded it the first turn, so
Yeah.
I assumed that they would have used both hands to do that.
Yep. Anyway, 2 more of those. Wow,
Whew! Ow!
that one gets you.
No.
Oh,
I was just trying to be encouraging.
all right. Yeah. So, I guess you're able to avert
That one probably hit my shield, to be fair.
avert this one with your shield. Yeah. Quickly enough. Nikta says she again shakes herself out of it and she says, "I'm sorry.
Focus. Just focus.
Right. Okay. And she is going to make her 2 attacks. Let's see. She can also use this for 4 extra damage on what, one of these attacks? Yeah. 10 doesn't hit. 6 doesn't hit.
Oh shit.
Whoops, I hit that by accident. Um she is now in melee combat with this monster. But she is making no progress. Um the other rogue is doing the same thing. They are here to protect their boss. Nope. Yes.
Oh, that hits.
Sneak attack incoming. 20 total.
Woo.
And you need to roll concentration. Numbers of 10.
Right.
All good. One more. No hit.
Oh yeah, right.
All right. She manages to make you stumble a bit, but other than that, um, that's about it. Um, both of them. This would have happened on the other one's turn too. Both of them seeing you just kind of tank this, and seeing the man's grip on this cube teeter, and it starts to fall out of his hand. They both disengage, and they start to go.
Smart.
There is one of these here. It does not get to scream again. It does get to try to touch Gakari.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
She's not resistant to that.
Ouch.
I played a barbarian once.
Once.
Okay. However, she gets to retaliate immediately.
I'm gonna write that
And
isekai.
really hopefully rolls there we go. Yeah, that'll do it.
Very nice.
You see her take the touch. You see her just take the full brunt of the psychic blast. And then she stomps. And there is a full greatsword where this ghost used to be.
Nice.
Vashta moves. Yeah. He's gonna dash up to here. And Montlarin, he is going to catch the
The cube.
it is a bluish white handheld size crystal. You
Oh, it's not
Montlarin
good that you
doesn't
got
know what this is that I'm about to say.
I'm so
But
sad.
it
I
is
was gonna get that, and it's so sad that he got that because it's him.
Right.
um it is a shaped like a hypercube. Um and it is cradled in like red gold casing. Um
Mount Lauren.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
No, I know, but Can I have a moment of like psychic communication with you?
I mean, you can talk to your friend over Discord.
I'm just saying, like, there's no good reason for me to be able to communicate with you because I don't think I have a power that lets me talk to,
You don't.
cleric to paladin or some shit like this. Like, and I don't know how much I can convey with meaningful glances.
It's okay. You're allowed to talk to your friend over Discord.
But my whole plan, before I realized that Dragon Boy over there was going to fly up and steal the show, my whole plan was to get here and then use hold person. And while those other thugs were around, I could just hold all of them if I had to. No problem.
Ooh.
I got that. So I was just going to hold that motherfucker, walk up, take the thing out of his hand, and then dimension door so far away nobody cared. And
Right.
you're standing in a close place. I can't move, but I can still hold person all day. And
Well,
I
you
can
still have to
hold
stay
more
here.
than one person if you gather my meaning.
I get you. I get you.
I mean, it's for the good of mankind that we don't let these
Right.
dragon assholes.
Hypothetically, if
for-
something were to prevent, this dragon
our
child
friend from moving,
getting away and
maybe you
giving
could
me a
catch
moment to grab that cube, I would.
fall.
I mean,
You see what I mean? Like if he maybe
Well,
stutters in reality.
So his turn is over when he says, "All right, I think you're gonna have to give that back, friend."
okay.
Okay. Can I hear that from 50 feet away?
Maybe. Now is about the time when you spot a anybody who's looking north spot a squad of what surely is some of the city guard running to see what in the hell is going on over here.
Took your time, you tools.
It's only been 20 seconds.
Yep, they took their time, their tools.
But yeah, they're coming into this this event. Keen has a turn.
We saw a goddamn lightning bolt. What the hell's going on over here?
Is Keen
Is
gonna
he-
do anything, or are
Yeah.
you
How tall is the roof?
15 feet? But it's kind of an overhang, so she wouldn't really be able to climb it if that's what you're planning to do.
They're all, like,
It's
pillars.
sort of the front of this is sort of like the museum porch.
Yeah. She hop on Bet Mounty's back and then hop over. Yeah, found Bet Mounty. See, we think so similarly, the paladin and I.
How high can you standing jump?
I don't know.
Let me double check.
Strength score, plus something else when it's running, but
High jump. 3 plus strength modifier. So I don't think that's gonna work out unless she has a very high strength mod.
well, how tall is Bet Mounty?
How tall is a horse? Like 8 feet?
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere between 7 and 8. And actually, this one's pretty big, so it's probably more like somewhere between 7 and 8.5.
Yeah.
So
So she would
actually, a
need
6
to.
foot high jump.
She has a 6 high jump.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
has a 6 foot high jump.
She wouldn't quite be able to make. Honestly, she wouldn't even be able to jump on the horse at that point.
Damn. Oh no, you just climb up the back of the horse. That's a little easier.
Right, just treat it like typical terrain.
Exactly like a cat would. Oh crap.
Yeah, I don't think that maneuver is gonna work in the end, unfortunately.
No. Probably not, eh?
There is still a monster up next to Nikta, though. One of these moaning ghasts.
I'm gonna stand here, not next to any of my friends,
Yeah.
That took way too long, but I like the damage.
Ooh, very good. Yeah, that's a nice 20. So it takes
Wait,
10.
why did I do that? No,
Oh,
I'm
you're right. No, yeah. Sorry, it is keen. Reroll, please.
that was my brain.
Oh, she still makes the hit, and she does 2 damage. Okay, Ambergreen. I'm gonna hit the web button again, just so that it's there. Because you need to make a Dex saving throw now. The magic number is 14.
Sad because Dex is not my. I have no bonuses. That said, I
Nice.
still get out of the fucking way.
Very
Okay, no
nice.
problem. So it is still, I think, difficult terrain.
Okay, that's twice.
But you can move through it, and you're not restrained at all.
That means that's 25, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. So you can just get to the edge of it, just get out of the web.
Perfect. That's great. Shit. Now I'm on the horns of the dilemma because I was gonna hold this motherfucker, and now I feel like maybe I need to hold this motherfucker.
I mean, you said you could hold them both, right?
I can indeed, but that like doing that. Understand, party. Me holding our
Could that
dubious
be
ally.
accidental?
What?
Could that be accidental?
No.
Ah,
How angry do you want to make your friend?
Right.
yeah.
No. And he said time to give this back. So you know what? I'm gonna make the fucking executive choice that that he intends to give it back, and if he doesn't give it back, I will use hold person on him, and we can take it back. Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. And in that case, I'm just going to burn our friend here, other friend, enemy, and the bad guy,
The wizard.
The villain.
the wizard. That asshole. I'm just gonna kill him.
Well, I hope you roll high enough.
Details.
Detail. That ain't
Oh
bad.
my.
Okay,
Very nice.
you kill him.
Good
Curse that.
job.
Splort.
Yeah, I mean this man has been battered and blasted uh far more than he was prepared for.
I not only didn't want to fuck around, I wanted to scare his friends with the fucking crossbows, and I wanted to show Devil Guy there. I don't fuck around. I was up here on the roof, before any of you assholes, and I teleported. I didn't fucking fly.
He steps out of the way as the man tips and slides down the roof a little bit.
Ah, there we are. And
All
I
right.
look over at the other two, and I'm like, you should probably leave, right?
Oh, they're running. They're barely even looking back. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you should probably run a little faster.
God damn it.
Albus, you've got a turn. There is still a monster here. Oh, and the web goes away, obviously.
Ow.
Hey, that is the same amount of damage. Well done. Still only takes 10. Still alive. But you did it.
Wait a minute. God damn it. I can't make an executive decision and mulligan a thing, but I have an idea. But maybe if it's dead by next turn, things will be great. So never mind.
Okay. Yeah, I also didn't ask for bonus actions. I'm sorry. Did you want a bonus action?
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. Rather than helping with this situation, Holtzman, when he sees what is going on the roof, he runs up and he says, You need to put that down before you do something you don't understand with it. Montlar and Vashta looks at you.
He usually knows what he's talking about. He's the smart
He
one of their group.
Okay, well, we'll see what Vashta does on his turn. Naya, you've got a turn.
Okay, so the only bad guy that's left is this one in front of Nikta.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move up. And that.
Oh, okay. Um, let's see.
Did it do it right?
This is
2d6?
Yep, 2d6 is correct.
Okay, good.
It is resistant to piercing. Well,
Oh, for crying out loud.
oh
Is it?
wait, no, this is magical piercing though, because it's a spell attack, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Then you kill it.
Yay! I did something.
Yeah, you wrap the whip around it and you pull, and it shreds.
Now
Okay.
you see why I like these things so much? You should get one.
I mean, she has one.
Right.
No, but I mean like full time.
Moving things along a little more quickly here. The two thieves bolt with all of their movement whenever their turn rolls around, and you watch them run down the streets where they are chased by a few guards. The others come to see what the hell has gone on.
Took your time.
When you say that, she says, "Explain yourself. What is going on here?"
It was
The devil's
50,
work,
50,
of
right?
course. Boltzmann, explain.
Yeah. He says, yes. Wait, I can explain what
What's going
that
on?
man did. And while he's talking, Vashta, at your recommendation, Montlarin, tosses Holtzman the cube from the roof. And Holtzman, he notices just in time to uh catch it just so that it does not crash into the ground. And he holds it a step away from reverently, and he says, um that man Brown on the roof, who was taken down by these people here, tried to steal this and was going to use it to, I can't rightly say, but cause a lot of chaos in your city.
He was ranting about some plan when we got here. It sounded pretty nefarious.
Holtzman looks at you when you get down, and he says, "Thank you for the help.
That's kind of what we do.
Yeah. You guys never remember it, but we guys remember you.
Yeah. Holtzman, I've got a odd question for you. And don't take this the wrong way, because I wouldn't want this to ever happen. But this artifact here, is it
I don't want to
powerful?
like jump down.
What?
Hold on. What did you say, Nimbus?
Is this artifact or whatever this thing is powerful enough that if someone took it to the Star Tower of Vest, they'd be able to do harm across the entire land with it?
I couldn't say for sure. I
Hmm.
don't know. I only have. Well, how did you know my name?
I was gonna say one of them's got to be saying, "How do you know my name?"
Yeah, we've met a bunch of times before, in various travels back in going back a few different places.
We competed against you.
We're adventurers for hire. We've done work for the crown, much like you have.
I understand.
General Lauren, can you send your horse over here?
Gakuri shoves her way in and she says, thanks boss for asking if I'm fine. Yeah, no problem. Killed it for you. What you didn't tell me that this guy was gonna be summoning ghosts? Those weren't just ghosts. Friend, boss. Like a little warning would have been really cool. He just says I couldn't have predicted that.
It was pretty gnarly.
But you're always going on about how you can see the future. And he says it's not like that. I've told you it doesn't work like that.
I kind of have that going on, just the other way around.
The city guard has coalesced here.
Why aren't you
And
catching thieves? The fuck are you doing, you tools?
Bashta jumps down. They have a few people chasing them, but they also need people to round you up, obviously.
I just gave you a good deed. Round me up. Any kind of fucking pesticide on me and I'll fucking do you in. You know what?
The woman who you take to be the captain says, well, lucky or unlucky for you, the Talon Guard are in town today. This week.
It took you some time.
So, if you all are calling yourselves heroes for this disturbance that's happened, then you should all have no problem reporting to them. To get to the bottom of this. And they do find the dead person who perished over there. But yeah, one of the guards is going to go run and fetch one of the Talent Guard. And they are expecting you to play along.
Right. I mean, we're law abiding.
Yeah.
Okay, so um, there is there is a flurry of activity that happens fairly quickly here. Somebody goes to get one of the Talon Guard. You are met shortly. Um, 10 minutes while these people uh retrieve the corpse of this man from the roof and cover it up on the ground. They cover up the halfling's corpse at the cafe. They clear out the whole square. Um, you have the museum employees giving testimony of the heist to several of the guards while you are made to wait. Um, Holtzman does not let go of the cube.
So Holtz, my man,
He did give Holtzman. Yeah, he threw it off the roof. Yeah.
I got a question for you. It's a weird hypothetical question. Like, I'm a real big brained kind of guy. I like thinking, right? Right. So,
Right, I've heard that a lot.
how bad do you think you guys would have been without the intervention?
Valkyrie butts in and she says, "Fine, but uh, appreciate the help."
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Nictus
she has
says,
like one health point.
"She sure does,
Like,
yeah." Nictus says, "Those the way those things were talking was I could barely get my head back into my own body.
Right.
Yeah, if you hadn't showed up when you did, I don't know what it would have happened.
Well,
He probably would have gotten away."
yeah, yeah. No, I have other funny thoughts and ideas. Like, you know, but first I need context. Like, what is that thing?
Um, Holtzman is kind of attempting, not aggressively, but sort of like meandering away from you. And so if your question is directed in the vicinity of Nikta, um, she would say, Adrian's been trying to stop that guy, um, Marcato, from getting his hands on it. He um he won't tell us what it does, but I guess it's uh supposed to be something pretty powerful.
Out of
Um,
character, what what are the secretary what is the secretary again?
the secretary is
Like,
the custodian of the Star Tower at Vess, who has been in that role for centuries and centuries
yeah, and
before the Redshift.
she's a
Um,
proxy, or the
she
proxy
is
from
she
her.
is the original version that all of the proxies are copied from.
Yeah. Interesting. Must be a big piece of technology then.
Do you ask her if this has anything to do with the secretary?
Yeah, yeah. I was all like, yeah, yeah. He first says, there must be a really big important piece of technology. Does it have something to do with maybe like the secretary and the proxies?
He says, "Uh, no, I don't think so." Holtzman said, uh, Adrian said, nobody but him had any idea that it was important.
That's pretty good to hear. So weird question directed to all of you, but mostly to Holtzman, who has a legacy here holding in his hands, right? If we were from the future, what's one thing you would want remembered about yourself here in this legacy?
That's an odd question.
I mean, it's a really good opportunity, though. I mean, we happen to just have like a really bad magical mishap in the center of the city. Like we're people who can get things remembered. Perhaps, this is your opportunity to get yourself written in the histories of time. What have you discovered, Holtzman? I mean, you're a pretty smart motherfucker. You decided you designed those earpieces to help communicate amongst you and your team. And it's more than just 3 earrings.
How did you know that?
Like I said, we've competed a lot, but you've been super busy and sort of into your own stuff, which makes sense. I mean, you've been protecting the princess from orcs and all that other stuff.
Hunting down
Just
rare red
casually
women.
fucking blowing these people's minds.
Like, why would you remember just some random, heroes for hire that barely have helped you once or twice?
I don't consider myself one to have a poor memory for faces, but you are right. As to your question, I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, maybe we should get a rest and maybe something to drink. And I'm following him wherever they might be, like walking or something. If they're
We're
not,
waiting for the feds right now.
yeah. If they're not, maybe Alvis Tavern is just casually discussing, you know, future theories.
Yeah, before too long, a an elf wearing the gear that you've seen before, which is um generally just a armored uniform with a helmet with a talon uh emblazoned on it on either side. Um and she is led by one of the other city guards, and she surveys the the situation. She's obviously been informed of what's gone on here. She looks directly at Holtzman, and she says, "You again." He kind of half shrugs and says, "Yes, again. Well, um,
He's a pretty important guy.
I
Smart.
apologize for the commotion, but we did stop that man from uh robbing you. So, you're welcome." The Talon guard says, "All right. Well, um, either way, come with me. Um, there's somebody who wants to meet you and discuss the situation." So you are all led north, through the city by this Talon guard, assuming you consent to the law.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm definitely along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
Yep.
All right. Um, Allow me to grab your tokens real quick.
By the way, sir, Does my divine sense in any way ping on that there cube?
No, it doesn't.
Interesting. Okay.
It kind of, my hunch so far, and this is out of character, but my hunch is that it's something similar to the unicorn horn and what the unicorn said in terms of amplifying.
Right.
That's my hunch.
Yeah, well, it's not otherworldly in the ways that I can understand.
He said they
No.
look like a hypercube too, which is something similar to the way that the horn was folded in on itself in that sort of fractal manner.
From the background in arcane mathematics, what would I be able to infer from the, I guess, existence of a hypercube? What sort of purpose or I guess energy would it have in?
You don't know.
No,
No,
that
it could be art for all you know.
fair enough.
Um, Now then, you follow the Talon Guard. You are led um to a park, a fountain in a park, um, where an elf you have seen before. Um, rather, I should say, he's not there yet. Uh, to be more correct, you are led to a park where you are told to wait. And you are made to wait under guard for another maybe 20 minutes. Um, After that time, an elf you have seen before walks into the park the same way you did. Um, uh, to your knowledge, this is the king of Essoth. He is a tall, you've seen him before, moon elf, long, fluffy hair, very similar to his daughter's. Um, he wears loose, um, thin, uh, like open robes, um, and a four spiked crown um, on his head, and he moves to a position where he can speak to all of you more easily, and he he says, "I've just seen the situation, and I've been informed of what happened, and it seems again, Holtzman, all of you, uh, that you have for the fourth time um, done a great service to Vestoth. So once again, thank you." I've spoken to some of the people who were under threat in that attack, and they tell me that you heroically stood up to the men and women who tried to steal that object from the museum and attempted to kill the people in their way. So it seems you've done us a service by getting rid of that terrorist and recovering the object. Well, your accent is strange. You're a foreigner, aren't you?
I am indeed from afar, my lord. Though I have to admit, I find myself calling this place home more and more with every passing moment.
Well,
Most definitely.
we are happy to call you all our friends because Ultiman, you and the people you ally with, again, have done us many services. He sits down on the bench next to Holtzman. And he says, I wanted to ask you a question. That item, what I admit I don't know what it is. What did that scoundrel want to use it for? Holtzman, he for a moment you can see him considering not telling the truth. Um, but that quickly evaporates and he inhales and he says uh well, I have a theory and my here seemed to think it was correct that this object could be used as a focal point. It's hardly any scholars the world over have known for ages that outside of our world, our plane of existence, there exist many others. Um, but reaching those is often very difficult, bordering on something that could only occur by accident. If my theory is correct about the nature of this artifact, then it should be possible to use it as a focus to reach the other worlds that are very close to our own. For example, a world where I exist and have blue eyes instead of green, or one where I'm a woman instead of a man, or one where I'm a tabaxi instead of a human.
Mind blown. What?
These very nearby places.
Scribbles notes.
The King Arditis says, um, so you say yourself, myself, my family, my kingdom, they all live too in these other worlds. And Holtzman says, "Oh yes, of a sort, but never exactly the same. You are the only one of you who is exactly the way that you are." Um, Vashta, you can see, is watching and stroking his beard. The talent guards are um, guarding. They are ever professional. Dockery is catching her breath at the fountain, and so is Nikta. Montlarin, Vashta whispers back. He says, if only I had seen such an interesting thing when I looted that museum. No. Um, the king says, and so this scoundrel had his own plans, but you are here too, Holtzman. You've come all this way. What would you use this artifact for now that you hold it? And Holtzman says, well, to if one connected with the other nearby worlds where oneself exists, uh, uh, in theory, as thank you, Montlar. Just to pat on the back, right?
Exactly. Hey, you doing all right?
She's she's just like, I can't keep up with this. Um, not the fighting. I mean the that.
I don't understand half of it either.
Um, he says. Holtzman continues. One could the theory goes that one could bring things that are real in those worlds to this world. The myselves from other worlds, if I were following this theory, could combine their best parts in one world, the physical, the mental, and the material of all of them, if we were to touch. Or are you interjecting, Montlarin?
I absolutely am. Yeah.
Okay. He looks at, he snaps out of it for a second, and he looks up, and he says, maybe, but I don't think it would quite be the way that you are thinking.
Yeah, I think maybe like we might interact with it and then like everything might try to revert itself back to normal as soon as like the focus stops being focused on or something.
I interject, suddenly thinking, is it possible for these different realities to run at different times? Could one seem as if it was the future of another?
Yeah, right.
Says, he says, well, that is another branch of the theory, but in practice, you'd be more likely to find worlds that are closely aligned to your own, and you would have to go further to find worlds that are different, worlds where you might not exist at all, or I might not exist, or kingdom of Vesov might not exist. You know, as you go further, the worlds grow more different until they would be unrecognizable. But somewhere out there, well, there is a world where instead of that sword you're carrying, you are a expert with the crossbow. And perhaps if you were able to connect to that world, um, you would be able to make such a thing true here.
Oh yeah, I think we've worked with something similar to that.
And
More
you
like
think,
disjointed thing.
I doubt that.
huh?
No,
Oh man.
I'm really surprised what we know about Holtzman.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I know your party size is missing a couple of members, for instance. Shame.
there's a reason why we know all that.
I mean, just entertain us for a moment, or at least the theory cramp, you know.
Allow us to present to you. You know what? I'm not even going to call it a hypothetical. And I'm going to step forward as if I know what the fuck I'm talking about, even though I don't. Uh, and I tell them everything, starting with, we're not from here, and where we're from seems to be your future. That said, we've interacted with you all many times, and I lay out every interaction that we've had, uh, including saving lives that weren't actually saved, and what happened after. And so I turn to Holtzman and go, do you think that cube can be doing something like this?
Right. Is this the beginning of that whole endeavor?
Oh boy.
Also, I turn to the king and I say, I am so sorry for interrupting, my lord.
He says,
I wink drolly at the king.
I
Is drolly a
believe
word?
me, I think we have all the time in the world for this discussion, sir.
Right up until we slip away.
But Holtzman says, he, um, you have dumbfounded him a bit. When you say everything, um, like, um, are you just speaking of being from the future?
I lay out every time we've been to the past and our interactions there, but I don't mention the state of the future itself.
Okay. Um,
And I'm punctuating everything he says with like mystical Spanish guitar.
Right, like C-3PO when he's telling stories to the Ewoks.
Exactly.
I have a flute, you know.
Holtzman says that shouldn't be possible unless your world has, well, of course other worlds would have the same artifact. And if your world is out of sync,
I mean, a big chunk of it is. We call it Redshift.
I'm gonna give you a look, Alvis. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna give you like an Ixnay look,
I wasn't gonna say like how bad or what's going on with the Redshift. It's just like a yeah, that totally checks out kind of moment.
I would probably say
but if
it
you were
might
able to come
eventually.
here, then you must have one of an artifact like this or the same that you are using.
We're not
Oh.
in control of it.
If that's the case at all, there are some theories that have been blown into proportion now that we know of this thing.
Yeah, we don't know why it's happening. It occurred to me when you were talking that this sounds like it might be related, and so I thought it was best to share this.
Especially because you guys keep forgetting us, and now that the object is right here, maybe you'll remember us this time.
That
We're not real.
We're real. We talked to them last time, remember?
Somebody's real.
Well, but we're not real in their world. We're only real in our world, and then they intersect
Wow.
for a
If-
moment.
If you are, if you have intersected with us multiple times, as you say, then there is no reason we would have forgotten you.
But you do every time.
Well, unless it's
Yeah.
not the same them every time, right?
Well, it
Oh,
wouldn't be
well.
the same every time. Them every time if I'm waxing philosophical. I've been thinking about this while we.
No, I mean literally, it's not the same world we're going to every time.
I think it's just different timelines of the same place.
It's just a very close parallel reality if your Holtzman's theory is correct.
Right.
I really need some points in int. I can't play this character.
Right. My int is 10 also. So you and I are like, it's like there's parallel reality.
Exactly.
That said, my fucking wisdom is 20. So I'm like, no, brother, it is. There are parallel realities.
You know, the interesting thing about the theory is I
Only
wonder
fun right there, I realize
if the
my
different
wisdom is 20.
elemental planes are also different in these other worlds, these other realities that we're talking about. Like,
He says yes, they would be the closely aligned planes that are I would say popularly known are intrinsically linked to the prime material plane that we live on. When I speak of nearby worlds, I mean to say nearby prime materials, which each have their own intrinsic parts.
oh, okay.
But the idea of a how far ahead is your time differential if you are really separated by time?
Probably need to tell them.
Yeah,
But don't
would you
tell them the details. Just tell them 1,000 years.
Yeah, about
Right.
1,000
Here,
years.
It's a long time.
if you are not aware, here the year is 199.
Oh shit,
by
now we know.
We have to
the
tell them what year
Empire's
it is.
reckoning.
We just don't have to tell them the condition.
Oh, what
Yeah.
year did he say it was?
199.
Oh,
Yeah.
What year are we in?
yeah. It's been almost 1,000 years.
Just about, yeah. Do you want to see my map?
I can sing you a story, and I will do a history over the next 15 minutes of real time of everything I know of what has happened between then and now, based on all we've learned.
You might
I don't
not
know
have
that we.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Also, I don't know that we want to do that.
I show him my map.
You may overload the caveman.
I don't know. That was a pretty great performance roll.
Yeah, and check out my map. This is what happens to your whole kingdom, peninsula.
As Alvin is unfolding his map, I'm singing and pointing to the map about what happens.
I wouldn't tell them their whole the whole history and how things have changed.
Only what I know. Only
He
what I
says,
know.
I'm sorry, please. For a moment. Just hold on.
Try to blow his mind.
It's already blown.
Quadrophinia, kid. Quadrophinia.
You think I just made this shit up right here? I mean, look, and compare it to this map right here that I've been drawing.
No, I have
still
I
singing
have
in
stopped
20
believing that you were making anything up, in fact.
You could make a religion out of this.
You probably just did.
I didn't think. Well, I thought it would be exceedingly unlikely to reach a world where the the passage of time is different. Even even in the outer planes, the passage of time is often the known to be the consistent with the prime material.
There's really no way for us to know, man. Like, until it's too late. You can't know. You can't know till you've gone back. And then well,
Perhaps that terrorist was going to bring the worlds together in some weird fucking terrible act.
well, as
I
this
suspect
we've determined this might be the past, maybe that was the beginning of the red shift. I don't know.
I suspect that Marcato was more interested in um becoming his uber self, so to say. Um Collecting the knowledge, experiences, and abilities from his other selves and bringing them all into one man.
So you
Wow,
say
nice.
that you say that I'm not gonna say I have any kind of like experience, but like if everything is just slightly different, wouldn't that be like pretty lame? Like all in one body? Like wouldn't something sort of Cronenberg happen? Do you guys have a Cronenberg in this world?
That's not gonna work. It's too far out the other direction.
He says, "Well, let me simplify it for you. Um, if if tomorrow I were to trip on my way down the stairs and break my ankle, um, I might, with this artifact, be able to reach out into a nearby world where I had made it down the stairs safely, as there would be a different world where that holds true. And
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
I would be able to borrow that truth
Well, it explains a
and
rationale.
possibly, again, I have not and likely cannot test this. So it remains merely a theory for now. But by borrowing that truth and um, allowing that version of myself to uh, recalculate this version of myself, me, I could undo or have never had done that pain and need to be healed of my broken foot.
Yeah, but what about all the bad stuff too? Or like the weird things that you don't think about, like maybe that Holtzman's version of us breathes a foreign type of air.
There is a very good reason I did not want my old friend to get his hands on this object.
Well, and again, what happens to the you borrowed that truth from?
In theory, nothing.
Hmm.
It's
What if there's
simply
another theory that in theory something happens? Our
it's
science
simply information. That is true. It's rather like taking a book and making your own copy.
I understand your theory. However, a good researcher should examine objectively all the possibilities. And while I understand that you believe that there are other dimensions close
Yes, that's
by
that's why I have
that you
not
could do
used this
this,
artifact yet. That's why I came here to
yeah,
retrieve this artifact. That's why I
I
am.
think researchers probably need to uh, also travel along the concept of if there was that interaction, what would it do to the.
Sitting among people from the future and explaining to them this information I have kept tightly hidden to prevent anything bad from happening for a very long time.
Thank you for that protective work that you have done.
No, if I had never told him about it, then he would have never come after it, and none of these problems would be occurring. So,
So what? What
I
is it?
feel like the idea of it, the concept of it, could be really captivating, and other people, even amongst the small circle of people sitting here and having this conversation today, could become quite captivated by the ideas and kind of want to run with it. So the danger still exists.
uh, Montlarin, you cannot ask him a frank question because he is gone.
Damn it.
Um, Holtzman, um, Holtzman looks in the king's direction as though listening for an answer that he is giving to you right now.
Yep. It's happening again.
Yo, which one of you are dead?
Looks like Nikta.
Yo, what do you want remembered about yourself? We're from the future. Everything that we said is true. This is your time. You're connecting back.
She says, "Oh wow, you're right." She said, Hold on, I'm not supposed to be here." Wait, I know that.
You don't have a lot of time.
You're right though. You're right. You're from. She looks at where Holtzman was and she says, "Oh no, something really bad happened, didn't it?"
Very.
Oh,
Well, I guess if it's 1,000 years in the future, I'm long gone anyway, right?
why did Nixta stay? That's the question.
Because she died.
Uh,
You fought well.
It,
Unfortunately, I don't think we were there to help with the battle and to intervene.
if you know Holtzman, then well, if you're gonna write down my name, um,
I'll sing your song, I say, and
Yep.
um,
begin work on the Ballad of Nigda.
she says, Montlarin, you have like a sort of you have cloth on you, correct, on your body, like a
Absolutely.
tabard of some
Absolutely.
sort. Okay, she grabs it. Um, she says, "If she sees it, it will be real." And then she lets go, and then she Ambergreen, she says, "Well, if you have a song, Nicta Green is my name, and I ran with Adrian Holtzman for about a year,
Nicka Green?
and we saved the princess a few times.
A few times.
So more than once. That's what you should write down. I think that would be nice."
All right, I will do that, and I do. I write it down. Nicka Green ran with Holtzman, saved the princess more than once. This will be the hook of a song that becomes very popular in our camp in the next month or so.
She is already gone.
Ah,
Well, we learned a lot from that. Huh.
now just it's us and the devil.
Well, no. Vosh, what do you think of all that you've just seen? You've just seen and heard some amazing stuff. We just learned of some things just as you did here. Do you believe the next time we interact that we have to fight, or can we perhaps meet on more honorable academic terms to
He says
pursue this
he is
information?
already in the shape of a half dragon instead of a
Yeah, he's already reverted. Fuck.
normal Ifriti.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Well, mostly, I'm just glad I decided to roll out of bed this week and take a trip over here instead of staying home."
Really?
It's a good answer.
Sounds like a good trip indeed.
Next time I see you, we'll see what happens. But he is interrupted by the two-part first wave from the tower.
Oh, we need to get going.
It's a
He
double
turns
again.
back and he
Yep.
says, "It's a double again." He turns back and he like you all is buffeted by the psychic blast that comes with this.
I strike a note with my flute and I say, "Vadash the man! He is a dragon!" Wait, I'm working on this.
It's Vashta, and only half.
All right, we'll get.
He says, "Anyway, I think that's my cue to go home."
Travel safe.
Yeah.
Yes. Travel safe. Vashta.
Think about it.
Vashta. You are the. I'm working on it.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's definitely been interesting meeting you.
he
for what it's worth, if we really wanted, it wouldn't be too hard to refill the water at that tree there.
he says, "Have you seen me? Water's not really my bag."
That's
And
true.
he flies
But
away.
Alsaines was beautiful. I mean,
Yeah, you say that into the breeze.
Yeah.
right.
He is off.
Well, that was fun. All right. I suppose we should be getting
That was
back.
educational for sure.
Hey, show me where that crossbow you were holding is at.
It's gone.
Oh yeah, it's question mark.
Probably rotten.
It has disappeared into stardust like everything else that
Mhm.
always does whenever you try to take anything out.
Yep.
Yep.
The goddamn crown.
It's because it's not information, I say.
It's not real anymore.
Oh, so data is the only matter that you can transmit through these things, huh?
Data implies a
well-
material substance. It's knowledge.
Well, it's information.
Knowledge.
It's not matter.
Right.
Did we actually cast those spells then?
Yes.
You did.
Oh yeah, we're spent.
I mean, I
So
could still
you
go
are
another
in.
round of something, but it'd be nice to get the death back up and running. So we should probably head out.
You
Oh
are
yeah,
I
we
was
in
should
gonna
definitely
say,
head back.
I'd like a rest before I do anything heroic like I did there. Also, up web.
the dried out husk of the park that you stood in a moment ago. Um, the dry lake is to your west and north just a bit, and the city ruins surrounding you. You see the half Ifriti dragon zip off behind some building somewhere, and you lose sight of him. Um,
I'm checking out the dried husk of the park for any archaeological evidence of stuff. Not specific because that's not a good damn investigation roll.
yeah. Well, aside from the stone paths that are still weathered but intact, um, there's really nothing resembling plant life or anything like that, and a good couple 100 feet in any direction gets you back to the city.
Coins in the fountain.
Um, one or two.
Ooh, definitely taking those.
Now then, the amount of experience points you all gain is, we gotta do some quick division.
Mm-hmm.
3,180.
Nice.
That is 3,180 experience points.
Cool. Thank you.
Nice. I'm close to leveling. I think I have like 50 points left or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got about double that, and then I'll ding.
So with the Redshift on your heels and dragons not on your heels, you will have to make your way back to Chose by way of the desert with your sand skiff. It takes a few days. Naya can do her thing. No problem.
Yep. Glad I had lots of spell slots available.
Yeah. Next time, we will return to Chose and then see what happens next.
Awesome, man. Thanks for the session.
That's good.
Yeah,
Good
kick
stuff.
ass.
Thank you.
I
Thanks,
do
Eric.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks everyone
Thank
watching.
you for joining as always.
And
Love you, mean it.
later out there, everybody. Bye bye.